I can talk, you guys can go through a second. Second thing is that his performance level is better, his task achievement is better, and he's continuing with the company. Can you name few more things? Effectiveness recruitment, which are the variables? We already sealed down to 4, 5. Now, if this thing has not happened to the guys whom we recruited 3, 4 years back, that means you have done an effective recruitment and selection. Are we clear now? Now we are clear about recruitment and selection. We are also clear about what do you mean by effectiveness of recruitment selection. Now the third question is, which are the variables relating to recruitment? If I want to get this kind of effectiveness, offer and acceptance level is good. His performance is very good. He is able to get promoted. I don't have to recruit people at the lateral level. I'm able to promote the leadership life within that. Attrition rate is less. Even if this much is happening to company, don't you think the company is going to get a big return on that? So this is effectiveness. So if I want to get this kind of effective recruitment selection, what are the variables to be taken care of? Or in a simple common language, what are the steps to be taken so that I don't do simply recruitment and selection? We are all corporate people, we mean business, right? When you do corporate, you are doing a recruitment business, you are also running a business of recruiting and selecting. You be accountable for it. What is accountable? The score, we have already given the scores. So to get into the score, which are the variables 1, 2, 3, 4, which are called dependent variables. This is called independent variable, effectiveness of recruitment selection. To achieve that independent variable, what are the different variables? Or in a simple layman's language, what are the activities? What are the blocks? What are the framework I have to be done? Any idea? Training and development, okay, 1. Process knowledge, 1, 2. Online students, so, hello, chop, competence. Now again, I want you guys to think in a very, very systematic manner, like we do in there. It's 4, 5 blocks only. Okay. Okay. Come on, go ahead. That's not okay. What else? First, what is that? First, what is the block? First, there has to be estimation of how many people I needed, right? If the estimation itself is wrong. What do you call it? First block is manpower planning. Manpower planning and forecasting. Online students, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. The first variable is, I can read it, whatever the first one I said, offer and acceptance ratio, satisfaction and engagement of employees. These are effective, this thing. 2, third is superior performance, attrition rate is less. 4, promotion within is more, leadership pipeline is there. 6, conflict is very less among the employees. 6, 7 is resistant to change management is not heavy. If I have all the 6, 7 items, which you are not able to read it, I could read, and 7 items, if you want, you can write it down. Effectiveness of recruitment variables. 1 is offer and acceptance ratio, which is already there in your PPT, which you'll get it. Satisfaction and engagement of employees have been good. If they are not satisfied, they'll not perform better, right? How will you do it? Satisfaction and engagement of employee through a questionnaire you can get to know. There is a satisfaction employee survey. There is a Gallup survey on engagement. That is 2. 3 is you're talking about the superior performance. They're happy. The happy employees are producing output better. So superior performance. The 4th is attrition rate is less. They are not thinking of leaving the company. Otherwise, they'll start preparing the CV. In the office time itself, we'll start preparing the CV. 4th one, right? Which most of you must be doing. The 5th is promotion is you are not appointing people from outside for a position. You are promoting from within. And the next one is very less conflict between themselves because you recruited a guy with a correct compatibility. And the 8th is they are able to go along with the management, whatever change in the policy, they are willing to do. So these are the 6, 7 variables which could be treated as the, what are the variables or constructs or the output of the effectiveness of it, recruitment selection, right? So if that is a thing, which are the things to be done? Even in my laptop, it's not moving, man. Yeah, these are the, have you heard about PDCA model? What is PDCA?
Yes. Plan, do, check, act.
Yeah, let us adopt for each variable PDCA. Now, the first block which has to be taken care here is, now it's very clear, right? You can read, right? First one, whenever a recruitment activity has to be done, first point is you take care of manpower planning, forecasting, all those things. Now, how will you do? The construct means I will say what is inside. These are the words used in the thesis. What is the construct will come under manpower planning? Examine the budget. What has been the budget last 1 or 2 years? What is going to be the budget for the next year? What is the corporate goals? Which new product, new market, new business, collaboration or closure, whatever business they are trying to do? What is the strategy? So by doing all those things, you know what is the kind of number of manpower at what level needed, right? By going through your budget, your projection, forecasting, your corporate planning, your mission, your goals, discussion with the top management, cascading down to lower level, you will have a manpower forecasting to be what are the people to be recruited, what number, what level, where to be recruited. That is the first step, right? Now, having done that one first, suppose I come to the conclusion that 200 people to be recruited, 50 people in marketing, 20 people in production, 20 people in supply chain, whatever. And levels, maybe senior manager. Then I apply this one, technology and outsourcing. Out of this, how many posts can be reduced by outsourcing rather than appointing full-time people? Or how many posts can be reduced by using better technology? Okay. First thing is to the manpower planning and projection, you come to the conclusion, say 200 posts to be filled in different departments, right? And second, you did it, then with the 200 people started applying. Do I really need 200 people? Can I outsource some of the positions so that I don't need permanent employees? Okay. Maybe in the HR department, many jobs could be like your payrolling, your processing, your documentation, or keeping even the documents are safely kept by some outsourced people. Godrej itself is doing a lot of documents. So once I do it, probably some of the full-time manpower will come down. And once I do it, I freeze it. This many people, not 200, I need 180 people to be recruited at different positions. Customer, marketing, lean management, production, all those things. At this level, manager level, senior manager level, deputy general manager. That is the first job you do it. Okay. Now, how will you do the methodology, which I already told you? Go through the budget, go through the projection, having a brainstorm session with the senior leadership, and understand the business trends, understand the competition. All those things, the HR director will facilitate meeting with all those people to get to this kind of one. Again, I'm told you, we are talking about recruitment of middle level manager, not the workers. The moment you turn to workers, the methodology will differ here. You will get into time and motion study. You will get into labor law implications. You will get into contract law implication. That totally that methodology will be different when you are going to talk about recruitment for the workers or the blue collar workers at the factory level. Here we are talking recruitment at the middle level and senior level. Then you conclude the number of vacancies. Now, what is the first hypothesis in terms of research? This may not be needed for you, just I want to give a feel of it. So based on that, the first hypothesis, in the research, what you do, we have 6-7 hypotheses. We try to prove by collecting a data, whether hypothesis what? It's a common sense. It's proved or not. Now here what you say, comprehensive manpower planning can impact effective recruitment and selection. Do you agree with it or not? The hypothesis is that if you do all this kind of things, what we talked about effective recruitment selection is likely to impact. The hypothesis number 1 is comprehensive manpower planning can impact effective recruitment selection. This is how we'll take out one hypothesis for this one. Okay. If you take 5-6 hypotheses, your thesis is over. So you don't get more bogged down with that one. Just try to pick up whatever little bit more. So on this one, this is the first block of a successful recruitment selection. Any doubt on that? Are we all in agreement? So far we picked up only 3 concepts. What do you mean by recruitment? What is the difference between recruitment selection? What are the outcomes of the successful or effective recruitment selection? 3. Okay. One side we concluded. Next one is that what are the blocks could be responsible for the effective recruitment selection? The first block we've taken it is your manpower planning and forecasting. If you do right manpower planning and forecasting, probably this will be the first building block or which can enable to have a successful recruitment selection. Is it clear to all of you? 4 points we covered. Clear? Online students clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now what is the next one? Like you said, somebody, what did you say when I asked you how will you do recruitment selection? You all started giving some ad hoc kind of ones. Like I said in my class, you have to always go systematic, formal, concise, framework oriented, block oriented, pillar oriented. Clear? If you do this thing, then you will never forget in life. You don't have to go back to read a book or theory, and then it will get institutionalized in your mind. So the first block is over. What is the next block? I use the word prescriptive approach of recruitment selection, like this guy started saying. Once you are clear about the 180 people to be selected, now do I have all of you know about job description? All of you know about KRA, KPA? Have you prepared? For example, Apple and all, Apple, Dell, Google, they don't touch anything unless this part is totally done up. They may even take months, 2 months. Everything is done in a big dossier. 180 post has come. Now for that, they will prepare JDA, job analysis, job description, job specification, KRA, KPA document will be prepared. Second, what is the competency assessment? How I am going to assess these people? That document will be prepared. What kind of interview I am going to conduct? Structured interview, unstructured interview, and what are the likely questions to be asked? That document will be prepared. One side. So this all preparation on candidates specification. What is the job? What is the KRA? What is the KPA? What is the kind of competency I'm supposed to see? What kind of interviews, test I have to conduct? And if I have to have a structured interview, what is the kind of questions to be prepared? See, each one is relating to successful recruitment selection. If you don't do this thing, what you are doing? We are doing in a random manner, in an ad hoc manner. So your success rate may not be more. How many people assessed it? Recruitment has been effective in this angle. How many of your company assessed it? Tell me. I don't think even a single company assessed it. Maybe at the most they can see the attrition rate, right? Attrition rate is more means your recruitment is not. Even that I don't know whether they are taking recruitment responsible for attrition rate. Attrition could be too many reasons. I'm not saying only recruitment. Recruitment could also be one. Wrong recruitment also could be one reason for attrition, right? Okay, that is one condition. The down is, okay, you have all those things. Now, do I have that kind of market conditions? Do you have that kind of candidates available? Will I be able to recruit? I want to have a very high-fi kind of candidates at a low kind of salary. Will it be possible? Or should I have to change my, employee specification? That part comes second. So now if you do these things, now here the hypothesis could be the holistic preparation of pre-recruitment documents. Activities can impact your effective research and recruitment and selection. Is it clear? This is the second pillar. Are you clear with that so far? Forget about, as I said, research, you don't have to really get into that, but if you get it, well and good. And further, I'm not taking any hypothesis. Only two hypotheses are taken. So now, so far, we talked about two pillars, two blocks. One is that manpower planning as one pillar. Second is that prescriptive approach of, meaning by preparing all those like we talked about before. What is HR? You remember the first class we talked about? Before and after. So these are before HR. So if you do that one, you are going one step towards effective recruitment selection. Online students, are we clear? Only 5 concepts we covered so far.
Yes, sir.
Clear? What did we talk about so far in the second one? Why do we need this thing? If I don't do this thing, what will happen? Do you have to prepare JD, JS? What is JS? Job specification. KRA, KPA to be prepared for those 180 posts? Or simply, I have an idea, yeah, marketing manager, put an advertisement, MBA, marketing experience, worked in an IT company or an electronic marketing company, put an ad, I'll take it, go through. That's one way of doing it, right? Now, if you do it, the success rate, effectiveness rate may not be great. I've gone through how the Apple is doing. Great, they're putting a lot of time and effort in doing that kind of things. Okay, that is why Apple is Apple. Once the manpower planning comes, they're taking 3 months to complete all the documents. Then only the next stage of advertising, sourcing starts. Till this stage, not even attracting, sourcing doesn't start. Till this stage, it's only planning stage. Your PDC mate, it's only planning stage. They are planning how my recruitment has to be started. What we do here, have some idea, put an ad. Right, English, MBA, marketing, this experience, that experience, put an ad, straight we get it. Then the success rate may not be that great. Now, what is the outcome? You are killing the employee, killing the company. Killing the employee means somebody is doing a good job. Unnecessarily, that guy, that girl or a boy also get confused, leaving a better job on here. And then later on, you know that I missed a job. This is not a good job, right? It happens or not happen. And the company also feels, whom did I recruit? They seem to be good on the interview, they are not doing it. So what is the outcome of the recruitment selection? The employee should be happy, engaged. I'm really working. I feel proud to work for this task or assignment for this company. And then they end up contributing. Company feels happy. Oh, they are able to contribute. Superior performance is coming from each one means the company's overall objectives taken care of. So for that, if you go in a systematic manner, it will happen. So 2 blocks we already touched. Any question on this so far? Probably we touched 5 concepts as of now. Any questions? Online student, any question? Now, the third thing is your sourcing and attracting starts. Okay. Even now we are going through recruitment only. Like you are getting little confused. No, what is recruitment selection? The first slide talks about recruitment only. Second slide talked about recruitment only. This also talking only recruitment. Selection not started. Okay. So it's recruitment means you are trying to source, you are attracting, sourcing. How can you source it? Internal, external. Internal means there are a lot of candidates from within could be promoted. That's an internal. You have to, maybe 10-20% could be filled from within. External means what all you do it. You go through digital media. What is digital media? What is social media of recruitment? Yeah, you put in LinkedIn, social media. What is digital media then? Is there any difference? Your routine, traditional advertisements, print advertisements in paper, magazines, particular places, that could be digitalized, right? If not, it has come in the newspaper form. It can also be still digitalized through advertisement. Social media, you have many, like your LinkedIn, any professional associations and all those things. Referrals, you can promote a referral scheme in the organization. 4 is wherever business association, like for example, if Apple is looking for, or Dell is looking for, they have their own business associations. They have a meeting and things like that. So you can try to put the ad there or try to get a response from there. Or it's a management training level. You go to the best of the institute and campuses, source the application. Then hunting talent. What is hunting talent? Like I told you in the last class that when the stage has come, it is not that I'm advertising, you are applying, and I treat you that I'm doing a favor, you are applied for me. That is the attitude. Now the other attitude is that no, you don't want to leave the job. You're too happy, but I'll make you to leave the job to come and join with. Right? So the paradigm shift. Till yesterday, the psychologist, I'm an employer, I think that I'm too big. You are applying for me, I'm doing a big favor, right? I'm sitting on this big table, you're showing the small one. So you're a small guy, I'm a big guy for that moment, recruitment, right? That is what the approach is. But now the approach is the other way around. Somebody doesn't want to leave, too happy doing a job. But I spotted that guy in some meeting in business association or somewhere else through newspaper journals or anywhere else, this so-and-so is doing a good job. Okay. Most of the CEOs are recruited today only that way. Okay, the CEO is not going to, even if it is keen to apply, he will not apply. He will think that I'll spoil my current job and people will get to know the confidentiality and things like that. So if hunting means I have to identify who is doing what kind of job, what that guy's competency, will it suit me? Then I will go and do marketing. In the HR, you'll do marketing. You'll sell the position to him. You'll market the position to him. Make the guy to come and join, apply or have a discussion. That is hunting talent. Then routine, you can use your consultant agencies and so many people. So these are the levels of the third pillar is sourcing and attracting. Till this here, it's only recruitment. Now recruitment is clear, right? Recruitment means manpower planning, forecasting. What is the second one you studied? And then what is the second one? Yeah? Sorry? You're preparing all the documents, whatever document. The third is sourcing and attracting. Up to here, you are coming into recruitment. Any doubt? Is it coming in recruitment or selection? You are preparing for recruitment.
Sir, is hunting talent ethical?
Oh, very good question. Why not? Why it becomes unethical?
So because when we are leaving, then they ask us to say you're not allowed to poach, and then HRs go hunting talent. So don't they conflict?
You have asked a very good question. There are some industries within the particular segment, they will have an agreement that you will not poach. Suppose IT industries or a manufacturing industry or sugar industry, they will have through association, if they have an agreement, then if you poach them, it is in contravention of agreement, legally wrong, morally wrong, ethically wrong. If there is no explicit or implicit agreement or understanding, right? I'm answering your question.
Yes, sir.
There is no explicit or implicit understanding or agreement. then I don't see anything wrong in that. Yeah, if there is an understanding in the meeting or through agreement, it may not be through an agreement. Even in the association meetings, it is decided that we will not poach among themselves without getting an objection. If you want to touch my guys, you take an objection, which practically cannot take place. The third thing is practicality. Your guy is doing very well as a CEO. Now, Tata's, they were looking for a new CEO, right? They will go for anybody from within the sector or other sector who has got the one guy is already could not join because of various other reasons, right? The Tata's new chairman they appointed. You know, all of you know or not? One what is a Turkish Airways CEO or somebody? They through after a lot of discussion they appointed, but last minute he said I cannot join because there's some sort of these issues. So I don't think practically that may be possible. But yes, one has to. Your point is very well taken. One has to be careful with that.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now, intrinsic shortlisting. You got all the applications. Fourth pillar, right? You got application through various sources, attracting. Now recruitment selection becomes easy for you guys or not? And whatever you put in 10 chapters, we put it in only one slide subset of PPTs, which will help you. Now, intrinsic shortlisting. Why did I use the word intrinsic shortlisting? Why I have not put the word shortlisting? I must have put with some meaning, huh? Intrinsic. Why did I put that word intrinsic? Huh? Yeah, more specific, more focused, more thought out, more deep. Not simply just Mr. Noel, this candidate is not like that. It has to be intrinsically seen. Inclusive approach on what are the competency needed for a marketing manager of TCS, or what are the competencies needed for a supply chain guys. Not seeing the qualification and experience the easiest thing, which will not help you in shortlisting. You will get number of people with. Even yesterday I was one in interview. We are looking very junior level position, quality control, processing control for a tea manufacturing industry. Yesterday Sunday we had the guy who was leading. He went to shortlist many people. I said go on shortlisting. 28 people shortlisted for interview. How many people come for the interview? Online and offline. Only 7. That is because shortlisting some were not correct, right? If you say 28 May, and I've seen in my own experience, not more than 50 people. One side you say unemployment. Other side, I'll tell you, recruitment is the toughest job. In the past, today, it is today the toughest job. It's not easy. Somebody has to do a lot of research on that. One side, you create unemployment, employment, right? And also, the employees are not happy while working also, middle level, senior level. The other side, you are not getting an employee to contribute, take charge and contribute and take decision, handle the things. There's something somewhere is missing, right? And why the company will not like to have a good employee? Something is missing. So, which one point here is intrinsic shortlisting. You see the post. What are the or what all we studied? That is why I taught you guys first job analysis, job description, and all those in detail. What is the job entails? What kind of competencies needed, abilities, everything needed. Study that thoroughly, and then go through the CV. Not just see only MBA in supply chain, MBA in marketing, and worked in 3 years, 4 years, and all those kind of things are simple. Talking to them on a telephonic, seeing their English, that will not be enough. So see inclusive. I use the word inclusive approach on their competencies, abilities, similar task achieved, mapping. Like for example, I give you many people. Like you take in this college itself, there are professors, there are researchers, there are academic administrators. All are PhD holders. Minimum requirement for all the 3 positions are PhD. Okay, I said faculty who can teach, faculty who can do very well research, faculty who can take up academic administration. The competencies are different or not? You should know now, right? A lot of faculty like you who may be able to speak, but he may not have time or passion or the approach to sit and write a paper. Other way around, a lot of faculty who writes ABDC index is supposedly the best index of journals globally. A lot of faculty I've seen good in writing. Every year or every 2 years they come with 1 or 2 publications. Writing one paper is more than writing a PhD thesis, I'll tell you. Getting a PhD thesis is a routine. You come to me, all of you, I'll promise 100% will get PhD. Maybe 3 years or 5 years. That's it. Depends on. There's no question of failure. But when it comes to writing a paper to be published in, we call it refereed journal, double blinded, triple blinded, means you'll go to double people who are blinded, who don't know who has written where. And then getting it published to that ABDC journal, it's very difficult. So there are guys who are good at it. Bring him to the classroom, you guys will throw him out in half an hour. Okay, there are different competencies. And then, okay, there is the same guy has to be an dean, director, vice chancellor. There are different competencies, right? The guy who has been teaching only throughout his life, up to 55 as a lecturer, assistant professor, and professor, he's never had an administrative exposure. Okay, and you make him like a dean, director, or a vice chancellor, or anything, which is predominantly equivalent to a corporate job. Your decision making, conflict handling, goal setting, motivating people, energizing people, coordinating activities, watching everything, taking to the next level. Correct? Whether that's why I'm able to survive anywhere. So I'm a director of a corporate. I have been a vice chancellor and director of B school. For me, it's one and the same. Maybe the kind of people I'm dealing is little different. There in corporate, I can be a little more aggressive and assertive. Here, these guys are very sensitive. I cannot be more aggressive and with due respect, especially more lady faculties are working, you have to be more careful because their need is not there. When they are already done PhD, they are already well settled in family, husband is already making good. So this lady faculty is very, very sensitive. So I as a corporate leader, I cannot be, this one, IIT Kharagpur, they have a Senate, they take a lot of industrialists as a board member. One of the Tata's director has been taken. I'm not getting his name. He said at the time of his 3 years, 3 years was a tenure as a Senate chairman. When he got on from the 3 years IIT Kharagpur chairman, he openly admitted, I thought it's very easy to manage this education issue, but it's the toughest one. I could, easily managed 20 industries spread over with 20,000 crores, but managing one IITs or IIMs, it's not that easy. Anyway, point. So now that's a story apart. Coming back to that, you see what is the competencies and capabilities for this position. There's if you take, there are some guys are good in paperwork, some guys are good in going to the customer, meeting the market guy. The guys who marketing manager was to deal with the market may not be good in English, need not be. Okay, but the guy who talks a lot of nice English language and writing paper and all, he cannot close a deal. So what is the difference? There's a competency difference, right? I need both of them. So here you need to really work out the job. So why I'm talking a lot, if you do this thing, then only it is relating to success. You are putting the horse before the heart, that kind of issue. For that you do it. Then not only on qualification experience, and then you come to that. What is that essential competency? What is the desirable competency? Like I remember 15 years back when I was young, not 15 years, 25 years back, my boss was from a Doon school. All of you heard about Doon school? Supposed to be the elitist school in India, where Nehru family and all studied. My boss also from a royal Maharaja family, he also studied from that. He had a little weakness for public school boys. That any selection, whether it's a finance manager, chartered accountancy, or a marketing manager, the moment you will know this guy studied in a good public school equivalent to Doon school and all, he's not good in chartered accounts, he's not good in finance, you'll select it. So that's a desirable qualification. I'm not saying that he cannot have, but he will always compromise with essential with desirable. And I remember in 2 years' time, we sacked more than 5-6 CFOs. Okay, because he has seen somebody from that kind of background, public school background, hi-fi speaking, nicely wearing a proper tie and talking a informal kind of language and things like that. Maybe I'm not saying that's not good, but the basic things, does he know number? Does he know accountancy? Does he know bank? Does he got relation with the bank? Will he be able to understand how to manipulate records to get funds from the bank? Whereas this guy will not have any of these competencies. It needs little kind of hardworking, manipulation, promoting, all those kind of things. So virtually what happened is that in 2 years' time, at least, if I remember, 5-6 CFO we recruited and sacked. And most of them, fortunately, was his own close friends. And I seen that guy, nice. We'll call them and be friendly, this and that. After 2-3 months, when things are not all right, we'll call them for a lunch or dinner, we'll say bye-bye. But the company lost and the guy also lost, right? And the relation also gone for it. So this is what I'm saying. Matching to the current job. Okay, the last point is matching to the current job and also potentiality to grow. Again, I'm telling you, I talked about the recruitment at the middle and senior level. When I'm recruiting a guy at the middle level, I'm not only seeing the current job, he must be having the potential to become a CEO or a leader. If he doesn't have, probably I'm missing it. So 50-60%, he must be having all the competencies, qualification, expert knowledge about the current job. But he must also have the potentiality to become. Where will I go for looking for? Like, Mr. Chandrasekhar. Who is Chandrasekhar? Who is Chandrasekhar? Huh? Chairman. He has been with them throughout. Retired. Again, they taken him to the board as a board director. Now he is the chairman of even your Indian Airlines. So if you see Tata's, the people are there from beginning till end. It's not only that his loyalty and continuity, his competency also. Chandrasekhar cannot be there just because he's the Tatas for 40 years, right? He must be having the competency to be the chairman of the Tata and Sons, to be the chairman of the Indian Airlines. So what you look for is that matching to the current job, also the potentiality to grow. Otherwise, what is the objective? I don't want lateral appointment. If I do more lateral appointment, if I less promotion within less, that means my recruitment is not effective. So this is, does it come under recruitment or selection? Four pillars we studied so far. Does it come under recruitment or selection? Selection. How many of you say recruitment? How many of you say selection? Online students. We have touched four variables, right? Online students, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, Professor.
Yeah. This comes under recruitment or selection?
Recruitment.
Why it's not coming here? Come on, guys. I will not kill you. How many of you are? I'm alone, single, and you are all big team. Here 30, 40, there 40. Does it come under recruitment or selection?
Recruitment, sir.
Come confident and logical, na? Recruitment, right? Yeah. It's correct. Come. I don't want you to theoretically or respond. Confidently, with conviction, respond. I want to shoot. Shoot. Incidentally, all of you know that I'm a licensed revolver and gun. Be careful. Okay. I've been carrying my weapons for the last 25, 30 years. Difficult thing to get the license renewed, but still I'm carrying. So people talk to me properly. Okay. Huh? Huh? Why did you say so, man? Okay. 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 No, I'm not carrying. Don't worry. Huh? Sorry? Shortlist. Correct. But that is also competency needed. I mean, if you don't mind, I'll tell you one small story. I was a CEO of a company in Eastern UP, known for all those kind of activity. 5,000 workers in a campus, 300 acres campus, 5,000 workers, and a lot of senior officers, maybe 300 people. I was the CEO and chairman, and one local MLA type or Gunda type, that he was doing a lot of contract jobs in the sugar mill. In my system and procedure, I think probably was getting affected. He was not getting the contract. And all those chief engineer, general manager, he made them friendly through pressure or through doing favor. They were all friendly with them. But my system and process come to that level, he could not get contract. So one day I remember, those days not much of a flight, right? We have to go by car. There's a Pandey driver, Brahmin guy, simple, nice guy. So he left me in a railway station. He went back to him. On the way, this guy, his name is Kansham. He caught hold of my driver. He said, "You taken a water. I'm taking Gangajal. I'm going to kill your Bhaskar." Because he's not allowing me to take contract and business. And what is he doing? Madarasi coming in East UP and doing all those kind of. He did it. This guy was really shivering. When he called me when I was at it, don't worry, I took it casually. So I come back. And I didn't want to ignore. Ignore means you'll say I'm afraid or something. And I had a security officer who was a retired, some army senior level officer. And even he was talking that like, no, please sir, don't confront with him this thing. He's a local guy and a retired army officer. I kept him security person. I said, no. I said, whenever he comes next time, the moment he enters time of his gate, it's a big campus. My order is just lock him. He should not be able to go back and bring him to me. And nobody should come to meet me when he comes to meet me. Okay, I was sitting in the 4th floor corporate office. So I was waiting for, the sir would not come also. will come whenever it feels like. He will come in a bullet and go like that. He had a full God. So then one day they got hold of him. They said, no, you have to come. He's come, and then I was sitting in a big cabin. That guy has come, Kancham Yadav. I didn't even allow him to sit. And I told the security, nobody should come in. Let me handle it alone. You have to show sometimes your own. Otherwise, these guys will get over. So that is a competency I'm talking about. Competency to face it, not that run away with it. I'm very happy I did that one. So I said to bring him. Then I removed all the chairs in front. No chairs for this guy. I got an oval type of big table. I was sitting this side, and that guy comes and I said, nobody, don't come. He said, I said, Kancham. I took my pistol. I played on the table. Okay. Okay. And then I told that guy, if you can kill me, I am being packed up with that time 5,000 crores company. I can get you killed by giving 1 crore, 2 crore rupees this moment. I use this word. I was playing with that one. You think that you can get me killed? I don't have to kill you. Back up me with thousands of crores of companies there. I'll get it finished like this. That guy could get a sense of it. Then I'm also playing with my pistol here and there. Then I said, then I could see his, sweating started coming. Then I said, I've already given a FIR in the police station that you are attempting to murder me. Okay, now third, whosoever will murder me by mistake, you will only go to jail. So now bloody you become a security guard. Now what, if you are looking for a contract, now I'll give you a contract to take over the security. I linked it that way. You are looking for a contract business, now I'll give you a contract. I have to look after the security and including my own security. 6, you don't have a choice, you have to do that. Because something goes wrong, your name is already in FIR. And FIR from the district level up to the capital city, FIR has been given, you are doing all those kind of things. And I'm representing a company, that's it. So what I'm trying to say is sometimes that kind of competence is required. We got a little away from that. Come back to our story. Up to here, it's only selection. You say confidently, clearly, that selection means preparation. Sorry, recruitment means preparation. So far we have done all. So now if I ask you a question, what is recruitment selection? You should be able to write it clearly, right? You don't have to muddle with the words, hiring this and that. Okay, now what is next? Now here, the selection starts once recruitment activity is completed. Have we completed all these recruitment activities or not? We projected manpower planning, projection. We prepared all the documents so that professionally we handle the recruitment. Third, we sourced a candidate, take a lot of CV. Fourth, we have shortlisted inclusively on a very clear. So the recruitment preparation is done. Now only the selection will start. Now, how will you select? Before I go through, come on, you talk about it. I've been talking, I'm not giving you a chance. How will you go about it? Recruitment is clear to all of you guys, right? Now there could be 5, 6 questions on that. What is recruitment? What is selection? In many interviews, the guys have failed last 15 years. The interviewer will come and ask, what is the difference between recruitment selection? The guy will not be able to say. I'm talking about all your so-called senior or junior in MBAs. I've seen it. What is sales and marketing? This guy will not say in the answer in the interview board. Basic question. Any interviewer not needed for you. Any MBA student, when I go to campus to recruit a candidate, I'm not looking for a rocket science in you. I'm seeing whether the basic concepts are clear to you. I've seen this question, practically this question. Recruitment selection? No. What is marketing and sales difference? No. What is the differentiation method? No. And you talk about talent management. What is talent management? What is the difference between HRM and talent management? You will not say. So what I'm trying to say is you guys will always learn little. Learn conceptually, clearly. No need to go and read such a big book. It's a smart, teaching you smart way or not? I'm not saying you to go and take 3 books on recruitment selection, read 100 pages. Finally, this is what it be there. So it's our role, my role. I've taken care of that role. And yesterday I gone through 3, 4 books, whatever PPT and recruitment. I gone mad. It was not synchronized properly. Then I thought, let me think on my own. If I think in all those things, we've taken it in a very simple manner. So what I'm trying to say, pick up the confidence of learning correct logically and take it confidently. Okay, now how do you go about selection? Sourcing you already done, man. Your recruitment is over. Good, come out. Huh? Come on, give a online student. Now we are talking about, I'm going to tell you the way I talked to about recruitment selection. Also, I'm going to tell you how Apple selected also, particularly I'm going to talk about it. So now, according to you, how will you go about selection? Recruitment, I already done it. Don't mess up, right? Okay. How will you filter, madam? Filtering means what? Shortlisting? That is recruitment. That's recruitment, right? You already done it. Testing, yeah. Testing, planning, testing is selection. Agreed. What else? Interviewing is selection. Good. Testing is selection. Interviewing is selection. What else?
Selecting the correct candidate.
Selecting the right candidate. That's a final outcome. How will you do it, madam? By judging the competence. How? Through what? Through test and this thing. So if you think like that, it becomes small is beautiful. Like I told you, I don't want more than 5 slides. It looks simple for it. It's the most difficult job. What you said is correct. That's the end outcome. How will you do to it? Selecting means starting with maybe written test, maybe group discussion, maybe interviews. What else? Come on, online student. What do you mean by selection? What will you do? What are the activities will come in the selection?
Choosing right person for the right job.
Sir, no, your voice is not audible. What activities
Choosing right person for the right job, sir.
Selecting the right person for the right job is the objective of, by and large, recruitment selection.
So based on their experience.
Sorry?
Based on the experience.
Based on the experience. What are the selection activities will be included? Recruitment activities included, right? I said, that's why I particularly put this slide. Your selection starts once recruitment activity is completed. We completed all our recruitment activities through 4 slides. Now, where do you start your selection activity? For example, you can say, I'll form a panel. I'll administer a questionnaire. I'll have a group discussion to see the candidate. I can have a structured interview. I can have an unstructured interview. This all comes under selection or recruitment. Yeah, like all of you said, online students said at the end, what you want to get the right candidate, right place, right competency, right compatibility, and all those things. So for that, the first chapter is over. You already, based on that exhaustive work, your recruitment activity is completed. Now the selection activity. So you have to go through that. What else? What else? Huh? Onboarding is after selection. Third one, which I'm not at all talking. Today's discussion, when we talk about recruitment selection, onboarding comes the next lecture on training.
It's an aptitude exam.
Okay, yeah, right. That's an aptitude exam, correct? That's a selection one. I agree with you. What else?
And one-on-one interview,
Correct.
face-to-face interview.
All these things comes under recruit selection or recruit. Can all of you see
Selection.
this one? Written test, essay writing, presentation, group discussion, reference checking, interview techniques. Does it come under selection or not? And
Yes,
you can see the difference between
Yes, sir.
recruitment selection clearly, right? I'm not saying that all, maybe few or more. Nowadays, they're talking a lot of simulation exercise. Have you heard about people group discussion for whom we are conducting? When people come to the campus, most of the companies, they insist for students group discussion and then probably one-to-one interview. You know, this exercise is being done for the selection of CEOs or leadership position. You can't imagine, right? How it should be done, why it should be done. Online students, group discussion is normally done at the entry-level position, right? Entry-level position.
Yes,
in the campuses, mostly we put, probably they are trying to eliminate the guys. Okay. They put, there are 50 students applied for a single job. They'll put them into 2-3 groups, then they'll discuss, and then they'll try to shortlist. There are good and bad points. Good point is that somebody smart enough will be able to speak, somebody does not able to speak, even a good student. But can it be used for a senior level positions? I want to recruit, for example, a senior manager or a chief manager marketing. for the Indian Airlines. They are recruiting for many leadership positions. I got all those recruitment. I got all those candidates, shortlisting, everything done. I have good number of people. Now, can I use group discussion?
I think only a panel interview can be taken for that.
Yes,
Final
sir,
interview,
I
in any
think-
case, we will have it. Can we have this group discussion also?
Yes, sir, we can.
We can.
Yes.
I'm happy that you people are in new generation. Anyhow, I'll come to that. I'll explain you that. So selection starts. This is what I call situational. Each of my word is not from a book, my own thought based on my own experience. Why should I say situational? All techniques will not be needed everywhere. This is a broad list of techniques, not an exhaustive list also, right? These are the few of the tests which could be used for a situation based on the position, based on the level. Maybe like, for example, group discussion, you may not use it for senior level. Maybe group written test, you may not use it for senior level. Correct. So these are the list of, the criteria which could be used based on the situation. To tell you the point, this is where the selection starts. There could be n number of selection techniques. Can you add any more techniques? Written test, essay rating, presentation, group discussion, interview techniques, final interview, preliminary interview, third round of interview, HR interview, all those interview comes under. And stamp reference checking. Anything else you want to add? Sorry?
Sir, aptitude test.
Correct. Aptitude test, right. In the test, you are talking about the test. You have a aptitude test. Simulation. Simulation is being very, very extensively used these days, especially for the senior level positions. Yeah. Yeah. Aptitude test, simulation. What else?
Tool test, sir.
This guy talked sense. Yeah. He says that giving a situational issue, then come to that guy to ask for a particular this one. There's a particular model which I will explain. The next slide itself. There's a model called STAR. STARR. All of you check in the net. STARR. STAR. STAR method of selection. STARR.
Situation, task, action, results.
Yeah, you can see in the screen also. Yeah, that's called STAR method. Okay. Now let's go back. So interview strategy could be structured, unstructured, direct, STAR, situational interview, like what he said, situational, behavioral interview. If this situation, what will you do? That kind of issue. Stress provoking interview, provoke that guy purposely. Is he getting irritated? Ask some nonsense question. You come from Silkport to here, how many signals you've seen? How many lights you've seen? Okay, let's see how is he getting provoked or how is he going through stress. That's called, because at a senior level position, I was noticing one of the research article, the future competencies for these COs would be, there could be many, but one competency or one ability is the ability to go through frustration, the ability to go through stress. I mean, every moment this guy gets into stress is gone. This guy, Sundar Pichai, was writing something. NSDR is a method for meditation. He goes through that to get himself relaxed. Okay. So these guys will go through, you are seeing from here, Sundar Pichai or whatever is that. They also go through. Every position requires a lot of stress and all. So there will be a separate stress or provoking kind of interview. So these are the some of the interviews. It could be interview could be many rounds. First round, second round, third round, functional, task related, HR related, salary related, culture related. There could be many. Sometimes they waste a lot. It could be reduced into 2 or 3, or at least, to me, if I have to do it, I'll do 2 or maximum 3. But in Apple and all also doing 4 rounds up and down. How Apple is doing, I'll tell you at the end of the lecture. So these are your selection interview strategy. Now, particularly about the STAR. What is STAR? Like he said, STAR is a particular technique used. Suppose a candidate has come, he has come for an interview. You'll say, you are come for this. In this company, this situation has happened. In your period, your 10 employees resigned, revolted. They didn't want to take a increase in the target. How will you handle it? This is a situation-based interview, right? The company has come with increase in target and achievement and things like that. So the people reacted to that. They want to resign or they want to go away. How will you handle it? So you see the guy's ability to originally, creatively answering that question. Here, there's no 2 + 2 is equal to 4, right? Here you'll get to know the guy's competency, ability, creativity, adaptiveness, attitude, how he gets in. And similarly, particular task, that guy is not working a particular task. How will you handle them to it? So this is a particular framework, the activities, result. You try to see, provoke. Basically, this is called behavioral interview or situational interview. How a particular person will behave in particular situation. There's no well-defined situation, right? Especially when you get into middle level, say, even this guy, you cannot be a clear-cut hierarchy also. Even a junior can have a different position. A junior can talk in a meeting in a different level. Are you able to handle that kind of stuff? So this STAR method helps you to find out whether this guy's how he will behave in a particular situation, how he'll handle a particular situation. In the army, they used to call a test called TAT. Have you heard about that? Thematic appreciation test. When they go for officer selection, I don't know whether they are handling it now. They used to handle it extensively. Anybody used to heard about that test? Thematic appreciation test. TAT they call it.
Yes,
This is a
sir.
small picture.
Yeah.
Hello, yes, somebody saying something?
Yes, sir. That is still there in SSB.
In SSP, sir, can you tell what is that? What is that and what is the purpose? Come on.
Sir, I've not attended SSB,
You're not
but I've
attended,
heard
you are
about
aware
that.
it is. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'll tell you. It's a very simple and nice effective test. But those who got trained, it is easy for them. Those who have not been trained, it's difficult and they'll come up with originality. They'll mess up. Those who have been trained in the test, it's a cakewalk. They'll show a small picture, very small picture. Suppose one railway rail is going, train is coming at a good speed. One guy is running towards the track. That's a picture. Now make a story out of it. One guy will make a story saying that he have written his exam, is not done well, parents are torturing, he is going to commit suicide. What does he talk about? Not positive, not confident, very pessimistic kind of things, cannot take charge of his life. The other guy will say, I come out of the examination, I'm enjoying the greenery and all. I found out the train was going. I found out some other wrong material was there in the track. So if I don't take that material, the train may probably meet with an accident and go to a lot of losses. So I try to take it out. It talks about what? Vision, purpose, confidence, positive. So that's what I do. If somebody, since I trained you or anybody trained you, you'll be careful. Okay. If you're not trained, our people mix and match. What they are looking for, are you confident? Are you positive? Are you able to take an initiative? We use a carpet. Hey guys, pick up a thread, yeah. We cannot tell you what to be done. This is a language I normally mostly use. Go and pick up a thread, no, figure it out. Work it out. This is a normal language I used to talk to the guys. Mostly youngsters like you. I'm very friendly, very aggressive also. I say, figure it out, nah. Why do you want anybody's guidance? Figure it out, work it out. Come to us when you have a specific kind of. So this is one STAR method of interview. Now this last two slides we are talking about selection. Okay, not recruitment. Now, what are the ways Apple is doing? I don't know whether again it's readable, not readable, I think, right? Not at all readable, right? Okay, I'll read it for you and tell you. Now, I'll tell you before I read it. How the Apple is doing it. It's different way. The first two, what I said, recruitment, they are doing it thoroughly. They have a complete manual. In fact, I prepared the two slides based on Apple's exercise. Okay. First two slides, what we talked about manpower planning and documentation, they are too thorough. The document comes out very well before they start the attracting and sourcing. First to do, then the third attracting source. Then the selection comes into picture. The selection, they may have a written test, group discussion, or presentation, and many things they wanted. But I'll tell you more about their interview techniques. They have 4 rounds of interview. The first interview, especially, we are talking about middle level recruitment. I'm telling you, let's not confuse with middle level, senior level. What Apple does in the middle level, puts it, say 30, 40 people together. They have a group discussion. Okay, and the group discussion, they play role play. In the role play, somebody talks on behalf of employee, somebody talks on behalf of customer. They try to see the originality. how this guy talks in terms of employee, how he talks in terms of customer. That's the first round of discussion, not your achievement, nothing, anything and all. So in that, they first screen it out. Those guys who secure, they'll go to the second one. Okay. The second one, they specifically talk only about your knowledge about Apple. In-depth interview on what do you know about Apple, what is the growth, what is the vision, what is the mission, what are the competitors, what is the strategy, what is your comment on Apple strategy. Thoroughly on. Have you done research on Apple? Are you keen to come on? What is the interview of second one? Are you keen or are you simply casing it? Okay, me too are applying, coming for an interview. If you're coming me too for applying, you may be a PhD from Harvard, I don't want you. That is there. See how well thought. That is why Apple is Apple. You may be a PhD holder from Harvard. Well, competent guy. I don't want you. In the second round, if you are not coming clearly about each and everything about my whole horoscope and everything about Apple, you don't know, you are out. Okay. So that round is more to know whether the guy knows about knowing about Apple, knowing about Apple's product, knowing about Apple's competitors, knowing about Apple strategies, vision, mission, technology, everything will be grilled in that second interview. See, they have a systematic one. The two is done, the third is little functional, not totally functional. The functional, they see your attitude, your dressing sense, your etiquettes. The third interview is more on that. How you are wearing dress. What is the kind of your approach in taking a selection of? That's what we tell all our students. Please, guys, be careful in at least the first etiquette point of an interview. I conduct a session for them how to crack interviews. The first part is that this is a doable, simple doable. Wear a proper dress. If you are keeping a bird, keep it properly. Our girls wear a proper nice suits and all, and come and sit nicely, give a smile. These are basic things which is doable. Even then, they don't do it. So the Apple sees the third round that boldly. What is it? Dressing sense, what is the coloring sense, how he enters, how he greets, how sits it, that goes third. Fourth only, finally business interview. If the guys are not through all the three, you are out. You are not shortlisted. Normally what we do is the fourth one first, right? Now you see the relevance also, na? Does it make sense, or what they are doing is right or what we are doing is right? Don't say because of Apple, you have the right to talk. We can have a role play between yes and no. There is thing is, first let me see your attitude. First we see your involvement. Well, first you see your interest in joining my company. First you see as a human, what is your etiquette and things like that. If they're all good, then I will touch your functional capability. Whereas we touch first functional capability. Then we do a little bit about that, not seriously. So the fourth one is, the full benches get into what is your achievement, what you've done, what is your situational interview, what is your achievement, what is your strength, what is your weakness, what are your extra competencies, what is the extra mile you can walk to achieve a company. What you normally, I can teach, I tell my MBA students, many seminars, I can teach you guys 90%, you can lead on the interviewer. Right? Who is an interviewer? You are giving a chance to lead you. If I go, I will lead on this guys. I can tell you two examples I gone through in my life, not because of me, Bhaskaran, memorable experience. I wish somebody video commented. One recently I gone through, one of the, just in the Corona time only, somebody wanted a vice chancellor. I can tell you that. You know about this one, no? Presidency University. They wanted a vice chancellor 2 years back. One evening they said, sir, we want you online tomorrow. I said, okay, no problem. I was in the morning, I could see 12 guys online. The chairman, the director, I am 2 professors, one psychology guy, one recruitment guy, all those guys. I'll tell you, I rided on all the 12 guys. What they can ask? What is your achievement? What did you do? Or how did you improve academic achievement? This situation, this is what they can ask. No? All the time, they told me in the evening, next day morning, 10 o'clock. I just organized my thought. I put in their shoe. If I am there, what will I ask? Like same blocks. They'll ask you about they have known my qualification, background, everything they know. That's why they shortlist. Now they want to know something. What is my achievement? How can I contribute? How am I a problem solver? All those things will come. Virtually, I was, riding on all the 12 guys. And I could see during the interview itself, their happiness, they're afraid, and all those kind of things. Immediately on the spot, I got an offer. I rejected it. Another place I gone through, this JK is a good industry, right? JK is a very good industry. Again, 20 years back, I think all of you must have born small kids. 20 years back, I was shortlisted for a CO position in Kanpur, that tire industry or somewhere. They called me in Delhi office. The meticulously they've done. The HR department talked to me well in advance. What is the kind of bread I like? Brown bread or white bread? What kind of soup you like? To that level, comfort they've given you. The car will come, you will report, and so will immediately take care of you. You know, all this level, green tea, black tea, what you want, give all choice and take. And very well comfort. They take you to the boardroom of 14 people, including a psychology professor of Delhi University. They'll go into detail, your KRA, KPA, your achievement, your past, why, all those kind of. Because they said at the end, we are taking a lateral appointment in JK good group. We don't want to miss even a single opportunity. Okay, all this thing happened. The other interesting thing was they shortlisted, they were very happy, but the letter was not coming. I was wondering, I called the HR director after 10, what's happening, man? He said, you are on the race. I simply, later on I come to know they paid 5 lakh rupees to check my reference. You know, which all country I visited, all the immigration, this and that. They went to the factories where the union leader, vendor, and everybody they checked up. Because they wanted to make sure this guy's integrity, ethics, and everything, functional, we know. But how do I know? This cannot get reflected in your interview, right? People will camouflage it. So they spend 5 lakh rupees and a month or two in checking the complete reference check. Normally what we do, we'll call one or two, oh, you see worked under, with you, no, how is the candidate? I'm good, over. Reference check is over. Maybe that's again situational. That's okay for us, junior level position. But you're taking a Air India chairman. Can they do that kind of reference checking? His passports, his background, his ethics, his approach, vision about environmental issues, vision about his terrorism. Some guys who are more competent, is more favor of terrorism. Will you appoint him as a CEO or a chairman? He may be from Harvard. Like I told you in the last class, no? Most of the Harvard guys are either in jails or they have broken family. I told you in the last class, I suppose. No? I did tell you guys, yeah. No? Maybe to the other section. You see, there one professor has done a study, Clayton. All of you know Harvard. Getting into Harvard means you are a very successful guy, you got into Harvard. Then after passing out from Harvard also, you will do extremely very well in life. There's no two opinion about it. And you also, all of you know about Rajat Gupta. We all should be proud of it. Like you were Sundar Pichai, he was also our Indian. Rajat Gupta also studied from IIT. I'm proud because he was my senior. Okay, jokes apart. So then he went to Harvard and all studied. Then he's become a big guy, known guy in US. Finally, he had to go to jail. Okay. Because most of the guys, the Professor Clayton has concluded, 70-80% of the Harvard guys, I'm talking about 10 years back, not today. Today, the situation may be different. 10 years book has come with a book, Professor Clayton. Most of the Harvard guys, extremely successful materially, business-wise known, and extremely failed in either getting into jail. Rajat Gupta made something in the inside trading in the US trading, they put him into jail. Okay. Or they have such a broken family relationship, and the family relationship tears upon all the assets they made. So this is the report of this. Now this clear? Now what I talked about Rajat Gupta and all, here we talk about in India, mostly we concentrate more on functional, technical, job-related competencies, which is a must. But as I said, when I'm talking about middle level, senior level selection, this is important. But more than important is your adaptability, your compatibility, your ethicality. If that is not there, even if you're having this guy, you're not. That is the example of Apple, right? So I have not seen anybody, I searched it, how the other guys are. Like Google's, for example, once you leave an organization, you are again coming back to them for a selection or this thing. If you got a very good relieving letter, next level, there's no entry for you. Okay. If you worked in Google for 3 years, 4 years, for any reason you left it and coming back, and your record is good, you have been given a final exit clearance and all those things, there's no entry for you. Only they will see what kind of jobs available where they can fit. That's again a selection of Google system of selecting. So these people and all, they're having that is why their Google is Google, Apple is Apple. So all of us should be proud. HR plays a very good role, provided HR guys does a methodical, detailed job. Okay. Now what is left out? Now what is assessment center? One more technique they talk about, all these guys. today. Assessment center in recruitment also they talk about, in performance appraisal also they talk about assessment center. They use a word. We are all good in these academicians and all, no? They are too good in creating words without understanding the meaning and how to communicate it. Correct. These guys are half confused and the practitioners are a little more confused. Correct. Simple thing, they'll complicate it. Now, have we not gone through recruitment selection in a simple manner? Have we not covered all the points? Whatever each one of you must have heard about or thinking, have we covered all the points? If you validate, go back, validate. Have you covered it or not covered? So small is beautiful and nicely done. Now, what is assessment center? See, assessment center is some company they feel most of the time my recruitment is going for a task. Okay. At least admit recruitment. Even somebody approached me last 15 days back. Sir, are you exposed to assessment center way of handling recruitment? I said, yes, I will. I can. So most of the companies, they failed. They have a vision. I want a good CEO and director, profit center in charge. They end up trying to recruit, pay good salary, and the selection goes 50% of the time wrong. So they thought probably assessment, this guy, some consultant come with that. No, sir, through assessment center, it will be clear. Assessment center is nothing but whatever we are talking. Don't get that on only one issue. You have a group like Apple. Apple is doing probably through assessment method. You have a group discussion and you have the people to make a presentation. Suppose I'm going as a marketing director of a company. Let me make a thorough presentation. And we had, there's one company called John Distillery here. We had one marketing vice president vacancy. There are many guys appeared. One guy, Sridhar Pongur, he's become a giant managing director. That guy also has come. Sridhar Pongur was the least qualified. He worked for Times of India, BA and MBA and all not clear. There are many guys they have come. We made all these guys to make a presentation. Sridhar's presentation was excellent. What is this company doing? What is the competition? What the company messed up? What company should do? What will be the... So you can see the competencies people. So assessment center is nothing but pooling, combining many situational tests and interviews to select the right candidate. Like what Apple is doing. You know, if they have not gone through first to second, simply gone through the last one, functional interview and reference. Probably this kind of companies with highly integrity oriented and all, they'll mess up the things, right? So assessment center is nothing but be aware of the best of the simulation, like he said. Now they're using extensively simulation, extensively situation. Now you are applying for admission into Ivy League B schools. You know what is the level of admission criteria? That's also recruitment. You know, they are admitting students for their MBA admission. What is the selection level criteria? Have you heard about? Are you exposed to that? Normally, what we'll do in India? You are 10th plus 2 degree, 70%. If I have to see, I will see have you consistently scored 17 all 2. Okay. Then some questions, right? Or maybe some group discussion, cleared it. Now, how will they do it? Any idea? How do they recruit or admit MBA students in Ivy League schools? What is the selection technique? Online students, anybody exposed? Stanford or Harvard or Michigan, all those Ivy League schools, how do they admit students? What is the selection method? We are talking about selection, not recruitment.
References, sir.
Yeah, please go on.
References.
Okay. Go ahead. Like she said, references 1, not the way we reference. They want from 3 high level, the people who can give reference, not ordinary people. The people who can give reference in writing, in their format, which carries 40% of your selection marks. But you can send, but they'll reject it. If you send to the right guy, I mean, somebody achiever, somebody PhD working in industry, corporate, or somebody a big MD of a company with academic background. No, they have somebody achiever has to give references, 3 references from the right guy in writing will carry you 40% of marks. 1 criteria, which I don't think we go through any of this. 1, 2. Second, your merit, your gold medal, nothing. I don't bother about your gold medal or 90% mark. Yes. There is one more concept all of you should know. Recruitment selection, you know. There's one more concept, eligibility and selection. What is eligibility and selection? Eligibility in this cases, you have to be minimum 65, 65, 65. 10 plus 20, 65, degree 65, degree 65. If it is not that, computer itself will, as an eligibility, will reject you. That is eligibility, right? You have to be MBA, you have to be, 14 years of studies. That's an eligibility criteria, which is done mechanically through software. That is not selection. Okay, now this guy we are talking about the, I hope all of you are clear. Be clear with the eligibility and selection. Eligibility is a must factor, which will not guarantee you the selection, but the absence of it will get you rejected. So you will not be shortlisted to the next level of selection. So in other words, we can say recruitment, eligibility, and selection. It goes like that. Most of you may be having many things, but you are not eligible, gone. But you are eligible doesn't mean you will get selected. Now we are talking about those. One, I said 30-40% marks will go on reference letter. When I said this is what I come. Eligibility of you are getting a gold medal doesn't give you more than 5-10% marks. Definitely, if you are not consistently less than 70%, you will be rejected. But you are getting 80, 90 gold medal, you may get 10% mark in the overall selection. Preference, I said 40%. I mean, not exactly that the kind of ratio. But your academic achievement of this thing will not give you that big marks. And what else gives marks? They give essay rating. They give you 5-6 questions. Okay. There are guys in India, one of my friends, the IFM director, IFM owner, I was a director there. That's one girl. She wanted to go to Stanford. His own daughter. One of the consultants charged 5 lakh rupees to drop that 5 essays. Though it's not that they give you, call you and ask you to write. They give you well in advance. Okay, come on, write the 5 essays. 5 essay questions will be given by them. Like, what is your goal? What will you contribute? Some sort of kind of questions. What is your approach about environmental, social stacks, carbon emission? Something like that will come to you. And you have to write 5 essays on it, which will carry main marks. Okay, third. Now, for each one, they have an objective, right? They are trying to see your originality, your situational, your skills, and things like that. Your diversity. Fifth one, you are an achiever. You have been a dancer. You've been a sports level, all Indian level. You are a painter. You're known in your own field. You will be given admission. So these are the different methods they use it in getting into that kind of schools. So if you obviously again the eligibility, your GMAT score and everything will come into eligibility. If you are not scoring the right kind of scores in GMAT or TOEFL, IELTS, that's all. But people in India will normally be confused with that GMAT is the end of it. That is eligibility. But if you are good at, that's what one of my students, I've been trying to groom him last 2 years, doing end of engineering. He wanted to get to that. Right now, start doing. Do a lot of community development work, create a document. Get participated in sports at the district level, state level, create a document. This all they see your leadership skill exhibited. At the time of applying, you cannot create all this document. Okay, when you do that kind of things, so that is how they discuss. So now assessment center is nothing but using all the tests, simulation, essay rating, reference rating, making them to give a detailed presentation, putting them in a group, like the way Apple put it. In the group, you'll get to know each one's opinion, how this guy is able to defend or, to prove that kind of. So you put all those tests in a combined manner through an assessment test, you'll be probably able to get the best, and in the failure chances will reduce to a lot. So most of the companies, they are using assessment center. It's nothing but stress interview, psychometric score also they get. There are a lot of psychometric test, proven psychometric test is available, give to the candidate. Like he said, there are a lot of simulations available. You work on the simulation. Capstone course, a lot of case studies are coming in simulation itself. So I'll ask that candidate to work it, give situational interview, behavioral interview, then put all those consolidated list. Then the chances of that candidates failing to suit the requirement is less. Correct? Now, are we clear with the recruitment selection? Anything we missed out? Online students, have we missed out anything on recruitment selection?
No.
So that is what the junior level. As I said, we are all talking. That's what many times I've given a reference. We are talking today about middle level and senior level appointment. Correct. That's what I made it very clear in the beginning. We are not talking recruitment effectiveness for all levels. Or we are talking primarily for the middle level and little senior. Correct. What you are saying is, but senior level, you cannot give the guy 6 months contract job. No? It will not work out, right? For junior level, yes, it could be one of the best techniques. That is why the whole concept of internship started. You get a chance to see, the candidate can see you, you can see, then you convert into an offer. That could also be one of the selection. Okay, online student, have we covered the recruitment? Going back, this is based on research methodology approach. The factors relating to the effectiveness or success of a recruitment, recruitment selection, number 1. 2, the independent variable is successful recruitment selection. 3, you should know the difference between recruitment, eligibility, and selection. 4, what do you mean by successful recruitment and selection? There are 7, 8 parameters we worked out. And for the 8 parameter, there are 5, 6 variables we talked about it. That's it. Clear? And the 6th one is how Apple or Dell is doing or Google is doing in a different manner. Clear? Any questions? Is it clear to you? Because I want to give a break and then get into training and all. Any questions?
Yes, sir.
Any question?
Yes, sir.
What? Yes. Is
Yes,
it
sir,
clear
clear.
or question?
No, sir,
Clear,
question, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, did you join the JK industry finally?
Which which industry you're talking?
JK, sir, you gave us that incident, so I wanted to know if did you join the JK?
Why
industry?
you'll come and join with me there?
Maybe, sir.
Huh? Yeah, I
No,
did
sir,
join.
just interviewed.
I did join.
Okay, thank you, sir.
See, I've been throughout corporate. Even today, I'm in corporate, all of you. Even today, day after tomorrow, my flight to Delhi. Every month, I'm 10 days, my corporate office in Delhi. I'm operating from Delhi for 10 days. I'm a CEO of a big group of companies. Mining, crushing, tea export, real estate, tea marketing in Thailand. These are the 5, 6 company and marketing designing for logo designs, packaging for all my different products. There are 6 projects I'm directly. Today morning, I told 7:30 I have to have a meeting with my Thailand team. Every day night I have review meeting, one unit or other. So I went throughout. I never took a full-time route, except last 7, 8 years I was full-time. I was the dean and director of your IFM. How many of you heard about this IFM college in electronicity? I was there. And even from there also I was getting more into corporate, but predominantly yes, corporate. Of late I was shifting between corporate and academics. Today I'm doing both together. I come here 8 days in a month. 10 days I'm in Delhi. Every day I'm conducting various sorts of meeting and getting fired from my family. From my wife to my granddaughter, grandson, everybody fires me. I don't bother about it. Everybody fires. My granddaughter, she's too small, 8, 9 years. She's an American sister. She calls me, "You're a shellfish tata. You are working. You don't bother to play with us." Maybe she's right. One day I was wondering, maybe she's right also. She says that you are only still working for a job and money, all those kinds of. She talks in American accent. You are not bothered. You are a shellfish tata. She calls me tata. Though she calls in Tamil tata. She says clearly, you leave all the job. Come and play with us. Maybe up to some time. I should not take leave, right? Should I take leave? Retirement? I should. That means she thinks that I'm boring her enough, so she wants me to retire. Not like that. From my granddaughter's point of view, I should retire. After 1 year, huh? Okay. Okay. Chalo guys, take a break for. Huh? It is no. The problem is that it is not that I am marking. I am with some involved intrinsically. They depend on me. So all those assignments, I'm more than a chairman of company law. Though I am not, but practically I'm working. So those guys look for all the activities. Then I'm feeling that am I letting them come down? 1 or 2 projects I'm working. Last month only as a lawyer, right? I got one of the court order against the government, Ranchi government. Against my company was doing a road construction. Okay, 600 crores worth of road construction. Government contracts are different. You have to complete in time. The government has not completed the proper job of in between. Some villages are coming, some pools are coming. They're supposed to get the clearance from all the villages people. What's private? They have not done it. Okay, the project would not get completed in time. And then government will come and blame you, non-completion time, big penalty and all. Myself, there is one more person who retired, a senior guy in the PW department. Normally, the government terminated the contract. We terminated the contract with the government because we know we'll get into the soup. Okay. Now, against that, I made there was it went to arbitration, obviously arbitration. So I used my law skill also. It went to the arbitration. So arbitration, I won against them. I won against them for 200 crore rupees, compensation to us. Okay. Right. Otherwise, those guys would have taken 200 crores and harassment. Then we have given some 100 crores worth of bank guarantee that to be released. With 100 crores of money blocking is that your money blocked means it's a big crisis. I can say today my finances, two issues, finance and the human. Getting the right people, putting them and solving their ego issues and talks and things like that. Or even if you have a like-minded people, 6-7 people who are equivalent to me or little junior to me, the way they talk, their intention is good, but the approach, the things which needs more importance, they give very less importance. The thing doesn't need no importance, they'll give more importance. So I have to have a lot of patience in listening to this, these people. I work in a simple, do, delay, dump, delicate. So my mind works like a machine, no human. But their mind works like a human. Anyhow, guys, take rest. We'll come back after 10-15 minutes. We'll touch training and development. We'll try to cover it up. Okay, done. Online students, you can take 10 minutes break.
Okay, sir.
online students, are we ready?
Yes, sir.
So what is next? Yeah. Recruitment is over, right? Recruitment, selection, eligibility, everything is over. Is it a very simple activity or a very tough job? Very tough job. Not. It's dynamic, organic, or just a ritual. Yeah. Every activity is dynamic, organic. If you put your heart and soul in it, then you'll enjoy it. Okay,
Sorry,
but
your voice is not audible, sir.
what is that you
It's
call,
too
sir? Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, it's no okay.
Please go ahead. We are hearing you. How do you call this activity? Recruitment and
Now
selection.
it's audible, sir.
Am I audible now? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Oh, she's saying yes. Yeah, okay. Now you said something, the other person. Let's switch over to the other topic. We had enough of it. Okay. What is next to recruitment and selection? You recruited a guy, correctly recruited guy, right kind of guy, right person, right, or all those kind of thing. Then somebody said recruitment onboarding. Onboarding starts. Correct. That is where training starts. Okay. Now, do you think training is needed or unnecessary expenses? Needed. Why, man? You are all studied MBA, MTech, and all those kind of things. You spend a lot of money. Why I should spend money on you when you're coming to my company? Okay. But okay. Company culture. Okay. Can you put it in my own style? Get into some pillars. Is it training needed? Is it training can solve all problem? Training can solve training solvable problem. Right? Which means you have to understand what is the training solvable problem. Which means training is not a panacea. Panacea, you know the meaning panacea, na? Panacea means single pill which can cure all them. Okay. But yet we say training is needed, right? So why training is needed? What are the types of training? Okay. Soft skill and okay. You said types of training. I said, why do you need training? For example, I can give you a lead. You need a train because onboarding, somebody has to be, oriented to the new organization culture, procedure, SOPs. What is onboarding? Every organization got a lot of SOPs, especially industries like pharma and all, number of SOPs there. So you have to expose to the SOPs, procedure, protocols, your system, your performance. That's called onboarding training. So onboarding training is needed, right? Number one. Is it enough? Can we do it and close over? We'll start in a systematic. When training starts, the day you enter, the day you leave. That is what our cycle will do. So one starting is onboarding training. What is next? Suppose he has been inducted, onboarded. So we give a thorough onboarding training. What is next? One training is onboarding training. On job training for what? Okay. Okay. Second training could be to meet the current job efficiently. Okay, that could be a. Let's learn everything in a systematic. We already crossed. Class will be over next one after class. Okay. Now, first is onboard training. Second thing is the need for training. The need for training. Yes, I said the second need for training is that to meeting her current job efficiently. Training is needed. Maybe she has to get used to the software. She has to get used to the system hardware. She has to get used to the reporting structure or the formula. All those things needed to meeting the current. What is the third training? Yeah, that could be a training on two training we noted. The third training he says compliance. Compliance or compliance from the point now the corporate governance is becoming very serious. CSR becoming serious. Company law is a serious one. Not to everybody. At least corporate governance and CSR will be probably applicable to all positions, irrespective of their function. But there are company law positions and things. So there is a functional training. Functional training, I mean, compliance of functional could be HR guys, different training, marketing is different training, supply chain is different training. There could be functional training. Third, what else?
For everyone in the organization, there are specific things, for example, on the safety.
Okay, safety related training. Yeah, I agree with you. Safety.
We are exposed to the servers or whatever we have within the IT infrastructure. So training like
Okay, that could come under functional training, right?
for everyone.
Like you said, the one more word is safety training. Safety is another function. Functional, all of you understand. Na? You are in HR, marketing, finance, IT, whichever function you need more proficiency, more new trends, new practices happening. So you have to get yourself trained further. That's a functional training. Safety, yes. Now everywhere talking about safety officer. You know, those days we used to take about only a labor officer, then welfare officer. Now a number of companies, more than 200, 300 employees, they're supposed to have safety officer. What they call? Okay. So environmental, yeah. It is a statutory appointment. Once you appoint, you cannot throw that guy. I mean, you'll be thrown only by the approval of the government. Okay, what else? Do we need and why? I written. We need. According to all of you, say it's not a waste, right? The first conclusion is training is a need. Okay, now what is the definition of training? Again, putting into the classroom, giving some lectures. Is it a training? One is we come to the conclusion is training is needed from an onboard novice to the current job, functional job, safety jobs, and the major thing you guys missed it. You're exploiting the potential to provide for a leadership or managerial. You know, I have to promote from within. For that, if I'm not given a continuous retraining to bring you up to the level of CEOs and functional directors and general managers and all, that can only training can take place. How? Maybe through job rotation, maybe through job enlargement. Suppose I want her. Just I've taken her because she's a value. She's done very well in academics. She's did her MBA. So based on that value, I took her. I given a very good onboard training. I given a very good functional training. Now I want to take her to the next level, leadership level. How will I do? Maybe through job rotation, through job enlarging. Maybe sending her to outside external training. Maybe getting groomed under the coached by somebody. Coaching is also training. Right? So that the fourth level is that potential improve maximization to be a leader. According to me, that plays a major role today's in complex world. That can give, again, at the end of the time, business, right? I don't want to train you for the sake of training you. First thing is that I'm training you because you are going to be my leader. You are going to be a leader, you are going to deliver better. Am I right, man? This guy must be thinking, this guy always talks in terms of business, right? So why will I train you? No? I'm a business guy. No? You studied. That's why I recruited you. You invested already a lot of money and time. So you are a good asset for me. Human capital, human talent, human value. You have a value, I recruited you. Okay. Now I want to expand that value to the more, so you become a big leader. For that, I don't mind spending. What is job rotation? Suppose somebody is doing a good job. I want to give them in a different department. Otherwise, you'll become only an expert in that particular department. Or you will enlarge your job. It's called job enlargement. That you're looking after only finance. I'll give you maybe commercial. Your inventory also comes under me. So that I'll keep you. I'm training you on the job. This is on the job training. There could be kind of on the job training, off the job training. So now what we touched about, training is needed. We cannot help it. We have to be careful. Training can solve training solvable problem. Don't try to undertake a training, just giving a calendar training program, bringing them to the classroom. That will not be effective. Right? Training has to be structured. And what is the need for the training? We already talked about. There are 3, 4. There could be many. There are any other areas we need training? Any other areas we need training? Yeah, I written orientation, induction, current job performance, future job, SOP related, functional, supervisory level, issue based. Maybe somewhere accident is getting more, raw material is getting rejected more, production in the night shift is not taken properly, attrition is too high. There's always a, grievances not sorted out. All these things are what? There are problems, issues, which needs either firing or a training. Not many things could be solved by a proper identifying the problem, that issues trained properly. So that's what called issue-based training. Then succession planning. I say already told you, I've taken a good value, good asset. So I want to give them so much kind of training so that person like Chandrasekhar today has become the chair next to Tata, right? Himself. Today himself is the next to Tata. He's not from a family. He's not a shareholder. Maybe you're having some share today. But he's an employee like you and me. They've grown him to that level. Today, how many people they bring in? One, they have to take it out now. Air India chairman, they're finding it difficult. They recruited with a lot of difficulty on Turkey's guy. All process, government approval, everything. That guy again said, no, I cannot. Because somewhere our approaches are not matching. He's very honestly said that I will not be able to join because of this approaches not matching. One, it's difficult to take people, and taking people lateral appointment at that level, more than 60% failure, which means you have to provide a proper training so that 60 to 70% my leaders are from within the organization. So these all, so it can be done on the job through. What is on the job and off the job training? Since I've written it. What is on the job? On the job is? Yeah. On the job, you're working there itself. Your boss is taking time to train you on the job, or some consultant is coming to train you on the job, or you are, some expert coming to train you on the job. You're not taken back into a classroom or somewhere else, right? On the job itself, but you know that we are training you, and we are also having patience in training you through an expert, through a consultant, through a coach. Now, what are the methods of training? Who is a leader? Like I told you, coach, mentor, facilitator, trainer. Today's world, we talk a lot about coach, right? Coach. So especially at the top level, you need a lot of coach to train. In fact, most of the senior leaders, CEOs, they need a lot of coaches. Even sometimes the basic concepts, they've gone through much in life, but they miss the basic concepts. So that's what on the job of the job. Okay, now it's okay. Now we talked about what is training. Training is needed. There are different kinds of training. We cannot live without training, right? That's clear. Now, how the training can be successful? What we are doing in training today? We come up with some training calendar, stress management, productivity management, leadership effectiveness, communication skill, supply chain effectiveness. We'll roll down the calendar. We'll ask you to apply for the training. They'll try to catch all the people like you who can talk nonsense. Bring him back to that campus. You will give some right talk, some tea, coffee. Over. This is one way of training, right? Again, we are talking, like I said, recruitment. I'm talking training for the middle level and leadership training. I'm not talking about workers training. That's a different ball. Okay. So workers training could be different. Unskilled, semi-skilled, skilled. Here, when I'm talking about manager, leaders, and profit center, that's what I'm talking about. What we do? We'll work out a calendar. We copy paste. We go through what other companies are doing or what IMs are doing, what XLR is doing. Work out a nice calendar of training programs. Something functional, leadership effectiveness, managerial effectiveness, supply chain, now artificial intelligence, data analytics, problem solving, something. We roll it down. We bring the people into the classroom. We get some experts to deliver, have a nice coffee and tea, close. Is it a training? What is good and bad in that?
Feedback over the time period, monitor what's the outcome of the training. Once the person is trained or the training has been given.
That once I do the activity, then only outcome will come to know. Yeah. By the time I lose money and time, I don't want to, you know that I'm a business. I don't want to lose money. Right?
That is a thing I would say, the interaction between a CFO and CEO. Many might have seen it, like the CFO asks the CEO why we should train a guy and what if he leaks after the training.
Oh, that is another. So that is a
CEO.
That's a guys. You are listening now, online students. Am I audible?
So you are audible.
Yes, sir. Audible.
Yeah. Okay. Done. So now we are talking about how what is the way of doing. Like I said, one way. What is wrong or good in that one? Rolling out a calendar and making two people to attend. Is it the right way of professionally conducting a training program? No. Again, everything has to be structured, format, pillars, blocks. When you talk about training, what? 4 things. What is the training need? The first thing. Training need for what? Individual, group, organization, functional. We need to be clear what kind of, this is called what? Training need analysis. You conduct a thorough training need analysis. Some organizations don't need training at all. Maybe they don't want to take that kind of thing. If I do training need, I will see individually what are the training needs needed, what is the group level training needed, what is the corporate training needed, which are the functional I have to promote, where my company is going to expand, where my company is trying to close down. I'll think about a proper training. I'll work out a complete sheet on dossier on training need analysis. There's another concept called, I used a framework called here, Sheffield model. Or this one. What a Sheffield model is? This is called, you can write down, diagnosis, prescription, implementation, evaluation. It's already there if you want. Or both this PPT will be sent to you in any case. Okay. It is called, the Sheffield model is called diagnosis, prescription, implementation, and evaluation. So when you go to a doctor, what he does? He will diagnose. Fever could be due to many reasons. Simple malaria or viral or typhoid or corona or whatever. So the medicines could also change to a lot or simple or more. So it's similarly training also, if you don't, there may be what kind of problem, what training needed, or the training is not needed, the structure itself is wrong, the process itself is wrong. So we need to understand when you talk about individual training need or a group training need or whatever training need we're talking about, can we diagnose it properly and come with a statement? Now, when you talk about, I said individual training need, what are the instruments used to assess the training? Like, let me complete the doctor. The doctor comes, he will diagnose fever due to what? That's diagnosis part. Then accordingly, we'll prescribe. This is the pill. This is the antibiotics. This is for 3 days or 5 days. These are the painkillers, whatever he gives it. Okay. Then implementation, nothing but swallowing, using it. Then he evaluates. He asks you to come after 3-4 days to evaluate whether you are given the response or no response. Then if it's not working, again, it goes back to the diagnosis. Okay, if the same kind of similar model could be used by the training function, the guy who's heading the training function, if he uses some sort of professional, systematic, consistent approach, not ad hoc approach. In most of the Indian companies, even now, we appreciate training. We know training is good, but our approach is still informal and ad hoc or copy paste approach. It is not professional, it is not system, because it takes time, it takes pain. When I said first get into individual, group, functional, task, then get into how do you assess the individual training need? How do you assess the individual training need? Suppose he's working like that, 100 people are working. How do you assess that individual? There has to be some instruments, right? Today we are all talking everything in terms of instruments and validation and things like that. I said individual training need, group training need, functional training need, leadership training need. That's all my training need. For each one, for example, leadership training need. How will I assess the training need? I will teach everybody strategic management, change management. That's the training need. May not be, right? So what are the instruments? I will see the instrument, the comments given by the department heads. That could be one instrument to get to know the individual training or leadership training, or whatever captured in your performance appraisal. Performance appraisal that we'll teach next class. It is supposed to be development, not to punish people or find a ritual of postmortem and then say you are not good or bad. If through the performance appraisal, correct, could be taken a training need. It comes, oh, this person is doing very well, got a lot of potential. That potential is not used here, or where the job needs to be trained that way. That performance appraisal gives a hint for training need. The bosses gives a hint for training need. Or through assessment center, our company needs this kind of job. Probably, like for example, take even Tata. Obviously, the chairman may come probably. There could be many other 6-7 leadership positions. So this kind of position need this kind of competencies, problem solving competency, decision making competency, global exposure. n number of competencies, right? So if that kind of competencies are, like I told you then in the last class, what this guy is looking for example, Apple, when their final interview, that point I missed it, I'll tell you. See, Apple is looking for finally vision-minded, innovation-minded, future-minded, passion-minded, contribution-minded, engagement-minded, excellent-minded. These all in the final entry they are looking for. When I said the fourth round, the fourth round they are in a structured manner. The questionnaire, 10 guys are making a marks. This guy is to what extent is vision-minded candidate? To what extent is innovation-minded? See what kind is his future-minded? What is the kind of passion towards his job and function? And what is his contribution-minded, engagement-minded, excellent-minded? So if you put all those activities done by them, nothing is ad hoc, right? Everything is seriously thought about it and knitted together. Fit, knitted. So similarly, coming back to this, this one. So first of all, there has to be need analysis, training need analysis. Then the training need analysis need instruments. Which are the instruments? Like I said, could be our problems. Your attrition is high. That could be need. Throwing. Somewhere your training or your process itself is not wrong. Or in the night shift, production is going for a loss. Okay. And or the what you call it, that you are not able to recruit even people. Your bosses are behaving very badly. Every time you're doing all the best of the jobs, manpower planning, recruitment, best of the selection of Apple, what it does it. And immediately that guy goes. Meaning by your supervisor need to be trained. That attrition can also give you a hint to supervisor training is needed. So you have to have a lot of parameters to work it out. What is the training need? And what are the instruments I need to come to the training? That's the first part of it. Then only we're taking a one step towards the right training. Okay, now you've done it. What is next? How do you prescribe? Once you've done this job, like a doctor job is very easy once you die. Even any pharmacist knows the medicine. How many medicines are there, Nothing, hardly 20, 30 medicines. Simple, same antibiotics with the different names, 4, 5 names. Crocin, Calpol, Shalpal, everything is same. Right? I mean, with due respect, it's only what we call as AP is paracetamol for fever. They call it Crocin, they call it Calpol, they call it something. They can sell it 1 rupee also, they can sell it for 10 rupees also. Correct, na? And if you come to antibiotics also, how many antibiotics? How many medicines are? Simple fever control, painkiller, like Dolosol and all those kind of things. And then your ampicillin, amoxicillin, augmentation, ask any number, I'll tell you. The people ask me that you are a doctor or a PhD. I'm only PhD holder, but I'll give medicines. So you third, the fourth, if it doesn't work it, then there's a surgery case. That's it, right? So prescribing training program on the job, off the job, technical training, interpersonal training, customer orientation training, everything becomes easy for you. Your calendar becomes more specific, more unique, more relevantly needed, provided the first part is done properly. Training need analysis part. So we need a complete Excel sheet to prepare. This many employees, these are the individual, this is the group need, this through this instrument I'm collecting, that instrument collecting. That's a big job. Then prescribing based on that become customer-centric training, change management. Companies going for a reorganization. People, the structure will get changed. No, I will not no more be a same president sitting in the same cabin. Maybe I'll be given more responsibility. Again, no, people are resistant to change. Even a good thing you do know, they are afraid. So now change is going to happen. Resistance will take. What kind of training need I take it in advance? Today, most of the organizations are having this problem is how to handle the change management. Any organization goes for a structural change, geographical change, global change. People's responsibility may get enlarged or reduced it. Salary may not get reduced it. But this guy is more worried. What will happen? So what kind of training? So all those things comes under your prescription becomes easy. Once your prescription, implement also become relatively easy. You decide on the job, off the job, coach, through project work. No, implementation is what? What training methodology will use it? Simple discussion or coaching or sending to some external institute for studying for 1 or 2 months. This all comes under the methodology. What is it? Like a teaching methodology? That's the training methodology. What are the ways of you train people? Put them in the classroom, discussion, send them outside, Send them to professional institute, or a special coach is handling specially on you, or you are getting into the new software. You go through the software, exposure and handling it. There are different methods of doing it. Again, the catch is that which method suits where. Lecture method, discussion method, sending to external institute to study, or putting practically, tending to even a competitor's company to work, or work with a vendor for 1 or 2 months. All those training methodologies. But what we do here is simply all that we know this classroom. Like we guys forcefully put in the classroom and give nonsense lecture, which you don't have a chance, you have to hear it, right? 3 hours, whatever, you have to hear it. Similarly, put them in the training hall, give them, employee cannot do anything, right? Some things. So that, I'm not saying that is not good. That could be good for some particular purpose. So the training methodology should be correctly chosen. You can choose if you know the methodologies, and if you know which methodology suits you more. Suppose problem solving. I have somebody at a senior level, general manager level, he needs to improve his problem solving approach. Which training methodology will suit? I'm asking you guys. Lecture method. If I call him, put him in the classroom, I'll teach him, you define this problem like this, you solve this problem. Will it be helpful to him? No, what else? What are the other methods? Sorry?
On the job.
Sorry, on the job. How will you do it? Give him some enlarged position. You said that go and work with the vendor, or come and handle this project. You yourself figure it out, come and give a problem solution.
Giving him a real.
Sorry?
No, giving him a real-time situation.
Right. Use the right word. Thank you, man. First time I'm getting a nice word from my students. Real time. Correct? It's a real time. Yeah, you give a real time thing. Guys, to go and work it out, figure it out, and come back. Not the theoretically problem solving. Yeah. For example, you want to work on a computer new program and all. Maybe to some extent, theoretical class lectures and commands would help you. Again, that has to be with the online, with the practical work on that. Like leadership. You may have to give some sort of lectures on what's happening in the different leadership styles, what's happening in the global, which company, like through a case study. Lecture doesn't mean lecture. Suppose some guys at the top level have to be given, you call them to a nice place, give them 3-4 case studies, ask them to study and come back and discuss which leader did what, how, what did you pick up. When they put them through that one, that leaders will start thinking. If I go and give them 10 hours lecture on this leader is like this, like this, like this, it will not help. One thing, they will not be in a mind to listen. Even if they listen, nothing will happen. But if, what is the word called active and passive? You have to get the trainees to get actively involved in the learning, which will happen once you use the right methodology. Suppose CEOs, you put 10 CEOs or leadership people, give them 10 good studies. How Amazon has done it. How Amazon is struggling to find the warehouse expenses going up. How the Reliance is able to control the warehouse expenses down. And which becomes a killer competition between both of them. Throw that guy. He will study, he will even wake up his mind. Why many airline industries filed a bankruptcy, 1 or 2 has not filed it. Go and study and come back. Okay. Like the other day I told you, some big industrial dispute has happened. The company has gone to task. What is that study? So if 10 case studies are studied, which is actually not an academic case study, which is actually burned. Somebody who burned and built up or lost it. Leaders study that. Will you think they will learn or not? Otherwise, in the name of experience, they will sit. What they can do in 2 days by studying 10 hardcore case studies and discussing amongst themselves. This 2 days, they will not get it in 5 years or 10 years also. You cannot have, I'll burn my finger, then I will know what is the pain is. That you have to, before touching it only, you should know. Yeah, I'm going to burn my finger. So the point here is that case study method, coaching method. And a lot of guys technically sound, they become a CEO. They're too good in it. Their intention is good, but they are not, they don't know how to handle the team. Maybe they have to go through some psychological training like sensitive training, behavioral training. So the point here is you should know, you should now be aware of hundreds of training methodology available. And you should know, like a doctor, which paracetamol, which ampicillin will suit which program. If you could match that one, you selected the right one. Third, the last one is training evaluation. I'm doing all those things. Okay. Again, I'm a businessman. I want to know, no, I spent 10 crore rupees or 50 lakh rupees on a training and development. Like in market, I know you sold more. I got in finance, I got profitability more. All those things. In training, if I'm giving a budget of 50 lakh or 1 crore, 10 crore rupees, I also would like to know, right, whether the training given the result or not? Like I use the word effective. Has the training been effective? I used my money, I used my resources, I used my time. How do I know it's effective? How do you do that? Or simply I've done it, I presume it's effective. I done some analysis, training analysis, if not professionally. Some have done it. Some have put different people. I put him on the job also, off the job also. I call people from IIM. I call some consultant. I given them case study. I took them to resort. All sorts of training I did it. That's enough. How will you do it? Is that enough? How first of all, tell me, am I supposed to know the effectiveness of training or not? Yes, because I was investing money, time, resources, opportunity cost. Instead of you are performing, I'm taking you to the classroom or somebody also doing some other work coming in. So opportunity cost. Fourth thing I'm getting, my investment on training cost, your time, my time, the opportunity cost, all those things are getting into. So I have to know that it has impacted. It has begun. So how will I evaluate? Okay. Right. Good. So essentially, you will try to see the productivity of per employee or group or everything. Okay. Okay. After the training, give some sort of assignment and getting it corrected. Okay. Very good. What else? Okay. Okay. Instead of I'm talking, I want all of you online student. There is a word called Kirkpatrick. K-R-A-K Patrick. P-A-T-R-I-C-K. He has got training evaluation method. I'll show you. Yeah, you can see the word. Kirkpatrick model. You cannot see good. You can't see, na? K-I-R-K Patrick. P-A-T-R-I-C-K. Kirkpatrick. Read that. You could get all of you or not? The mobile. Please check your mobile. Here we are going to talk about anything starts and ends with the what I'm getting. Matlab ke. Okay. Right. Simple. I'm getting on the training, so-called training. I know, yeah, everybody says training is good and great and all those kind of things. At the end of the day, has it given? And how will you prove? Like in the laboratory, you have annual test. Or if you're a sick person, you go to the doctor, you will see your sugar, blood pressure, and the cholesterol count and all those things. Everything means number. Now, how do you know that? You said performance will improve, this improve. That's all again a general way. Is there any model? There are many models. One is this very good model. Kirkpatrick model of evaluating training. Online students, you could get hold of that model, Kirkpatrick's model.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, read that and tell us. Tell me, what do you mean by Kirkpatrick's model of evaluating training?
The first level talks about the experience or the reaction for the training, like what they have undergone.
First of all, what are the levels? There are 4 levels they given. One is reaction.
So the next one is learning, behavior, and result.
Output and result. Huh? Yeah. Okay. What is reaction? Which we do most of the time. Immediately after the program, we'll give you a questionnaire. Reaction is what? Immediate reaction to the program conducted. Questionnaire is given. You will say, I like the content, I like the faculty, this and so on. So you give that program. So which is needed. But can it take care of full effectiveness of training? Yeah, but you can't say that I will not take that. So you will take a reaction immediately during the program or immediately after the program by using a questionnaire or unstructured observation or collecting information in a group. That is called reaction evaluation of training. What is the next one? Learning. Learning, how do you assess learning? How will you assess? Reaction to you will assess through the questionnaire, right? He will say that I don't like this, the content is good, or it could be, yeah. Yeah, learning, how will you assess it? Okay, suppose you have been given a training on balance scorecard, which is coming up. All of you should know how to work on a balance score. All of you know now balance scorecard, which we discussed in the class sometime, right? Balance card is a new concept is coming, or a strategic thinking, something. So you've been given a training on that one through education, through case study, through lecture, through case study, through film. You can also through some audio video films. Audio video is one of the best method to impart a training. Okay, you show some of the good movies to bring down what are the strategies people imagine that. So we given all those kind of things. Now I want to test your knowledge, learning, whether your strategic thinking improved. Okay, whether your knowledge about balance scorecard improved. How will I test it? Assessment. You can have a test after 2 months, 3 months, 1 month. You can have a test. You can make them to make a presentation after 3 months, individual presentation, group presentation. You can make a role play to play different groups, balance scorecard for and against, or change management for and against. So for testing the learning, simple test, case study presentation, give them on a simulation to do, or give them a similar project to come and make a presentation using the knowledge printout, or ask them to work out a role play on that. So trying to use our written examination, theoretical question, like why we have a written examination? To test your knowledge, right? Even in the written examination, you see that it's well thought out. You'll A section, B, C, right? A will have a small conceptual question. B, you will have supposed to have a descriptive applied question. C, you supposed to have an analytical question. Case study is what? You are supposed to analyze, understand, solve, define, and give. How you understood, how faculty understood, I don't know. But this anatomy of the question paper is like this. A section should have simple conceptual question. What is recruitment? What is selection? What is eligibility? That kind of. B section should have an applied one. How the recruitment practices adopted in Apple. That's an applied one. Okay, C section, complete case study. Your analysis, problem identification, solution given. So we are trying to test your knowledge and learning through all the 4-1. And we are also supposed to give some difficult question, some little difficult questions in the question paper. There's a particular seminar, there's a training given to faculty in how to set up question paper. So they should validate whether all this is covered in setting a question paper. Every question is difficult. Or A section question, instead of writing or asking a 2-minute question, you are expecting a big question. So you not balance that question. Or a B section, instead of giving a little bigger one, you are again asking a same repeated A question in the B. So this is all can be checked up through. So anybody who have to test your learning through, they submit a report or have a group discussion, or give them a case study again to present it, or you can see their own self-admission. My knowledge is improved and all. So that's one way of checking the learning part of. What is the third one? How would you assess it? Whether the behavior improved or bad, gone bad, from bad to worst, or improved it? Have they applied?
Checking like how he or she applying this knowledge or skills in his current job.
This guy used the word peer review. Peer reviews that somebody says in the production report, oh, that accounts manager started behaving properly, sir. Previously, he will never used to listen to us. Now, production guy appreciating the accounts manager who's gone through training, the accounts manager is sympathetic towards listening. Previously, you would treat, what you guys are doing wrong, what I'm doing is procedurally right. You guys don't know anything about behavior procedures. that his body language, everything would be nasty, right? Now, the accounts manager's behavior improved as perceived by the production guy, the internal customer. That could be one way up. So what he is used the right word is a peer opinion and review feedback. That could be one way to see that. What else? What are the other ways? Customer, yeah, like a peer review, even customer, most of the guys, the way they behave with the, even say, for example, marketing guy or a finance guy or accounts guy, you have to treat customer could be internal, external. How do you behave with that guy? Has it improved it? Customer may be talking nonsense, but still your behavior should be sympathetic, patient in trying to explain them or take the best picture point and ignore them, right? Not try to prove that you are right or you are wrong, I'm right. That kind of behavior. So customer feedback you can give, peer feedback you can give, stakeholder, all the stakeholder, like 360 degree, could be union, employer, everybody. So everybody will get to know that this guy is definitely listening, receiving, adapting, cooperating, trying to understand. Hindi mein bolte hain, aap samajhte nahi ho, wo samajhta nahi. That this guy will never say that I will try to understand. You will always blame that you don't bother to understand. So after the behavior should change, that even if other doesn't understand, I should have the patience to try to make that person to convince me. So this is the third way. What is the result? Fourth one. The fourth one result. And the third one is employee survey. Yeah. Employee survey can give you how this guy is this thing. Through assessment center, through other feedbackers also you can catch this behavior one. Third, what is the final one? Which is my very important one. Result. What is the result before and after? How his productivity is gone.
Yes.
Hello? Yeah, you're saying something.
Yes, like outcome of the training program, like what is the improvement in the productivity or learnings?
At the end of the day, result. Same number of people, same process, same software, as the productivity improved. What is the difference between production and productivity? Production is number of, suppose a car line, one platform you have, 8 hours working, n number of people, those many number of cars produced, this is the percentage of rejection or anything. That is a production. So every year the productivity has to improve, right? If the technology improves as productivity will go, that's different. Same technology, same process, same number of people. The productivity improve means last year if you produced 10,000 cars in 8 hours, you should at least produce 12,000. Rejection rate was so much, it should come down. Efficiency and effectiveness. There are two different things, right? Your efficiency and efficiency should result in effectiveness. Here the same example. Same platform, same technology, same software, n number of skilled people, you produce so much. After the training, has it increased? Has the rejection rate has come? Have you not messed up my raw material? That is output, right? That's one way of conducting a technical output. What are the other things? Behavioral output. The finance manager could go and convince a banker to give you additional loan. Rather than saying that bankers are like that, they will never come, our ratios are not matching, itching and all those things. That is the language he's talking, which may be correct. Now he talks confidently. I gone with my CS data. I given the projection. I'm confident with the same scenario, I will be able to get an increased cash credit loan, term loan. So that talks about his output, right? 2, what else? Production and marketing guys come up with a new product, new competitor's product. Or this guy started, he gone through some creative to innovation program or marketing customer centric. So he come up with some new marketing scheme, customer scheme, by which customer can get a delight and your thing could go up. These are the outputs, right? How you are from marketing department. At the end of the day, customer satisfaction improved or employee satisfaction ratio improved. So these numbers have to say this all. I'm not saying only to training, but training plays a major role, right? Like I said, research. If I say evaluating the factors relating to the effectiveness of the company, performance could be in terms of customer centric, productivity more profitability more. There could be many variables, leadership pattern and environment pattern, competition outside. But one variable is training and development itself. Okay, how training and development itself yielded into all those kind of outputs. So if we do 1 or 2, 3, it will definitely lead to that output part of it. So it is not difficult to get into that. At your mid review, quarterly review, or 6 months review, after 1 year review, it will be visible. I can tell you, I can practically tell you, if you had undertaken training professionally, starting from need-based training, need assessment, prescribing the right kind of training program, giving the right kind of on the job or off the job, conducted by internal people or external people. Everything is situational. Using the right training methodology, giving the right atmosphere while conducting the training. If all these things are done, which invariably will likely to give you output or evaluation can come. But yet you cannot say that I've done it, training will be effective. If you don't document all those things. If you document and make a presentation, if you are a training director, HR director, if you make a director, then you can say long live. You can look at them like that. I am doing a great job, man. I increase my production. I increase the morale of the people. So the Kirkpatrick model is one of the good model which is used for training. So at the end of the day, what do you conclude? Training. So training is concerned with what? Training to improve knowledge, skill, attitude. What else? If I have to ask you, define training. What will you say? Training is concerned with section A question. Training is concerned with improving the knowledge, skill, and attitude of person to perform the present job perfectly, and also preparing to do the future job correctly. Is that right answer? If I say what is the training process, these are the questions will come. What are the training process? You will say training process could include starting from a training need analysis, conducting training, evaluating training need. What is the model? Sheffield model could be one of the best model. What is the Sheffield model? Diagnosis, prescription, implementation, evaluation. How do you assess training needs individual? Which are the training instruments available? You should be able to say. What is on the job? What is off the job? What is internal training? What is external training? What are the kinds of training? Kinds of training could be customer centric, production related, behavior related, onboard training, leadership related. There could be n number of kinds of training. That's pretty controversial. At the end, finally, how do you evaluate training? There could be many methods. The best method is a Kirkpatrick. Our question could be stated on you. Kirkpatrick's method of evaluation. How will you do it? Is it clear to all of you guys? Any questions on training and development? There's one more concept which is picking up called OD related training. You can write down organizational development training, OD. Which is more based on psychological, which is inclusive. Listen to the story, you will understand. Online students, I will teach you OD itself is a big concept which is coming in most of the multinational. They started having a separate department, OD training, OD department. Now, OD related training is what? Any idea? Anybody has got any exposure? I don't think so. Yeah, it is. Suppose in one factory, the production goes for a task, not as per the machine capacity, you are not getting the production. One, or your rejection rate of raw material is too high. Or the guys coming in the third shift is attrition is more, especially third shift. Attrition is, absent is more. Okay, attrition is more. Let's take the first example. Your production or productivity from your plant based on your capacity is not up to the mark. Quality is not up to the mark. Two things only. Now, how will you approach this problem? There are two ways to approach a problem. Okay, one way is control and command. If I am a chairman, I am a CEO, I will call the production vice president, general manager, or anybody concerned on his own team, start firing them right and left. Right? Your KRA says, your KPI says, you have given a machine. Correct? Am I right or wrong? Your machine is that, I given you people, I given you this thing. Your production, your daily report says, weekly report says, it's going for a task. Come on, man, pull up a socks or look for your gate. Something like that. This is what by and large is done. Correct? Agreed or not? This is one approach. The question to that approach is, do you think that guy is purposely doing it? Is negligent? He's not attending to that? Correct. If you take that second approach, first approach is that you take, okay, I don't know anything, 1 minute manager. I given a clear KRA KPI. I given you machine, I given you capacity, I given you people. You are not giving my capacity utilization output. Production less, quality no, rejection more. So you are a production guy or a chief engineer, chief chemist, or whoever is concerned. You have to give me answer, I have to sack you. This is one concept. The OD concept takes it other way around. The first concept is called control and command, coercive kind of method, not bothering about the psychological issue. The OD consultant says that no, that cannot be taken that way. Let us try to find out the problem solving approach. There could be some problem. This guy is not able to define a problem. Like the doctor I told you, 10 medicine, any one of us can try. Or even with advocate also, I'm telling you. You know that if you know the case very well, you know what is to be done, what not to be disclosed first, what to be disclosed second, your case is through. Initially, with all over ambition, you give all the points, the opposite advocate take up your point, he will come and hit you the next date. You know all the points, but you are not supposed to disclose it. Same thing there also. So coming back to here. No, there could be this team, this production guy is got into stress, he's working day and night. In the overtime, the overworking itself, he lost the balance. He doesn't know where is the problem, how to go about solving a problem. So keeping that kind of psychological one, the OD theory says, let's not do that one. We'll call all the concerned department. Production is not, though primarily, directly the production guy, whatever you call, general manager, VP, director, accountable. There are other interrelated guys also responsible for production. For example, the raw material not bought by the production guy, the supply chain manager, procurement manager is reporting to the boss like production guy. That guy mess up is in giving a wrong raw material. Because of that production, rejection can go more, right? Possibility, right? So now you don't just pinch that guy only, bring that guy also. You take production manager, take supply chain guy, take the labor union people or active people, take the concerned HR guy on the left, get the what we call is get a client of people. Client means not only that production guy, get a lot of clients, supply chain guy, production guy, HR guy, manufacturing guy, quality assurance guy, quality, bring them all of them together and give them the atmosphere. We are not here to control and fire. Quite opposite to that one. We are not here to control and fire and find fault or do postmortem. To enable you guys to define a problem, why it happened. So if you give that kind of atmosphere, so that these are the people are called client, production, marketing, supply chain, all the people. The guy who's going to consult, coordinate the guy is called OD consultant. OD consultant could be either from inside or a trained guy from outside. If there's an inside, this guy should have been trained with a psychological motive. You know, try to enable them to define a problem, solving a problem, understanding that this guy is not deliberately failing, he needs help. That kind of training is to be given. So there could be a guy. The OD consultant comes and the top management is not involved the whole exercise because top management is always in a hurry to fight, fault find and fire and all this. So this OD consultant takes charge, either inside or outside. He got the client. He gives them the confidence that we are here to define a problem. So that these people only define a problem. Then while defining a problem, we write in a piece of board, maybe 10, 20 comes in. Somebody will say the machine is old machine, gets more breakdown. Somebody will say you are not keeping a spare parts in the, in the workshop. So we are, when breakdown gets time, or somebody will say the raw material which has come this time is not up to the mark. Many points will come. So if you put all the 20 points, they generate a 20, or the guy will say, sir, night shift, we are not getting skilled people. HR department wants to control manpower because their KIPA is control the manpower. So we have 1,000 manpower. Out of that, the skilled, highly skilled guys are only 100. 600 people, unskilled people. But these 100 guys, they have a say. They have their own gang. They take leave purposely so that they can come into overtime, double overtime, triple overtime. So when they come on overtime, their productivity goes down. There could be many issues. Because of that, if the highly skilled guys are not there, the breakdown will happen more, even with the best. So the problem, the production was not happening, not exactly one issue of that production guy is not good at it. Raw material has not come, or the HR guy is not given the highly skilled people, or the production guy himself, his own chemists are not serious, whatever could be. So this client lists down 15, 20 points. This could be the hypothetical problems. Then since you given them the kind of psychological scope or window to them, then the 20 point they get it reduced into the shortlist. No, this cannot be that, this cannot be that. They come into 10. That is the time training starts. We'll tell them how do we solve a problem? How do we define a problem? There are a lot of training programs on how do you approach a problem? How do we define a problem? There are a lot of things that are there in the management literature itself. So you give them the lot of intervention training to those people. Please think about that one. Then again come back. After going through the training, again they redefine the problem. From 20, they already come down to 10. From the 10, probably based on the problem solving approach, must and wants, there is a theory called Kepner-Trecco. You write down. Kepner-Trecco is the best problem solving model. Kepner-Trecco, K-E-P-N-E-R. You can look for it in your this thing first. Kepner, K-E-P-N-E-R, Trecco, T-R-E-Q-Q, something like that. Trecco. Is there? You could see? Yeah, that's one of the good problem solving models. There's so many, see in industry, which is a key job? Problem solving and decision making. Decision making appears difficult, yes, difficult, but it can be easier if you know how to define and work out a problem. Just we are not able to define a problem, our decision making also go for a heavy. So is there any problem solving questions? There are a lot of methodologies available. One, this guy talks a nice, well, when you get a time, go through it. He gives different model, how to put information so that you don't get clouded. You'll come clearly, like, what does it mean? That you remove all nonsense. Buttermilk may be huge, take it. Only take out a little butter, which you know how to go about it. Even today, people are talking Krishnan in a makkan kaya as if Krishnan likes makkan. Not that meaning. The meaning is that in life, concentrate, focus, get into that, whether personal or professional or anything. Concentrate with the confidence and connectivity, not get lost into the buttermilk. But we like it, Krishnanji likes butter, so that we can also eat butter and get fatty. Okay. Now, the fourth one is that you give them the dose on problem solving approach, identifying problem and all. Then again, this guy comes and gives you from 20 to 10, 10 to 5 they come. So they themselves define problem. The involvement is there, active participation is there. Then the last step is that they themselves only ask to give the solution. How will you like to solve this problem, which is relatively easy. Once you define a problem properly through a professional manner, so the OD consultant goes through all this way. This is why OD training is picking up because it's more into the concept, more into the real issues, and then hand-holding properly to solve that problem. Okay, then those guys only will come up with this whole team. When they come up, they are more cooperating, they are more actively involved in it, they have fun, they are not having the fear. So the productivity is there today, quality is there today, it will also be tomorrow. So once you develop this culture, the whole organization will get into OD culture. Okay, now you see every problem in a diagnostic development manner. If you believe that, like I told you first, human beings are capable, human beings want to contribute, so only we have to help them out. If you go all the time with a gun, command and control, it will not work it out. So this is becoming a big way. So the concepts are, you have based on the problem solving approach, you select all the teams, not only particular team. There has to be a OD consultant. Maybe he has to be trained, whether from inside or outside. And that guy has to handhold from the beginning. And this guy or the top management would never come to, in the process, never come to give their own idea. If you come to give your own idea, the whole exercise of the participant clients will go for a task. They have to restrain themselves. They while defining a problem solving, then they define a problem, they give it. This is called OD exercise. The same thing is given in psychology called, you can take the word, unfreeze, freeze and refreeze. There's a guy called Kurt Lewin, K-U-R-T. You probably will study in OB. L-E-W-I-N, Kurt Lewin. He talks about unfreeze, freeze, refreeze. So all these things quite opposite to your command and control, firing, postmortem. It's more of a diagnostic, development, humanistic, and problem solving approach. So this training is picking up a lot, OD-based training. Unfortunately, very few people are trained. Anybody who was to conduct, organize a OD consultant have to have not only theoretical training, that kind of background also. Worked in largely in corporate sector, you're able to understand both the plus and minus, both theoretical knowledge as well as the practical experience. So very less people are there, but many people are getting trained. But I have my own doubt, just simply getting a OD training without your believing in. Yes, today morning only asked, I had a 7:30 meeting, that guy, one of my, Tony, we call him Tony, he's our in charge of Bouquet. I asked him, do you believe in giving a Sunday coupon, French coupon to people through social media and all? You will attract people to come and eat more in our restaurant. We have some chain of restaurants in Thailand and Phuket. See, we all know that we do, it will do. But I wanted to ask that guy clearly in the meeting, do you believe in it? If you believe in it, let's do it. If you don't believe it, let's not do it. Correct, na? If you force upon him, he said the tourists are coming less because of Russian war has happened, quite common sense. Very less tourists, so the people coming to already come down. So I said, okay, it's understandable. But Saturday, Sunday, can you come up with new scheme, new discounts, new meals? And how do you use it in the websites and social media and things like that? That I thought it's a good intervention. But I wanted to ask that guy, do you believe in that? Are you aware of that? Do you believe in that? I took at least 10 minutes to drive him that one. If you simply force upon him, he will not do it. Or if you do it, he will mechanically put it. When I proved him after half an hour, this is the only thing you can do today. Nothing more you can do. You cannot bring in tourists, right? You try to get the best to the local people. Use the capacity utilization more. You people must have studied marginal costing, no? No, you're not studied OB. Now, so many classes over now, right now, OB and finance, no? Okay, what is marginal costing? This guy is teaching HRM or teaching any nonsense? Correct. No, simple. I'll tell you simple. Again, everything simple. You have 3 products. Okay. One, your product in this one maybe watch. Each one is coming under your same single company. So this is giving profit. This is giving profit. This is not giving profit. This is giving loss. What will you do? Shut down this product. Why? Right. That's all marginal costing. As long if I close down this, see, this is giving say 30 lakhs profit. This giving 50 lakhs, 80 lakhs profit. Okay. This gives 10 lakhs loss. Overall, I'm getting 70 lakhs. The moment I close down, my 70 lakh will go to 50 lakh. Because this is contributing the overheads. That is what we call marginal costing. Getting it clear, na? So I'm not using technical word, I've given a simple example. Otherwise, this is loss making, throw it down. You throw it down, what is the implication? Your overhead expenditure will go up. This product is observing some of my, so that is what whenever you decide things about profitability, dropping or adding anything, there are many ways of direct cost, indirect cost, fixed cost and all. Marginal costing is the word which is normally to be taken care by the COs and other. See anything with a marginal cost. As long as it's contributing to the overhead or something like that, then I have to go with a product or process or a scheme or methodology. Like the same thing I told that guy. Give them some discount. Give something. At least some income will come. Otherwise, your overhead is too high. Today, you cannot increase more sales, but at least you can reduce the overhead expenses by giving, even if you get no loss, no profit, your overhead will come. So that's it. Okay, done. Any questions? Next week, are you people are going to make presentation or only I will make presentation? Yeah? I don't mind, but your institute wants you to make presentation. All of you know, na? Right now. If they don't have that, I'll also be happy to give lecture, not to correct your paper. But you have to go through it. So next week, hopefully, what is hopefully, man? You are left with few classes only, right? I wanted to cover performance management, which is an important subject. And I also wanted to cover the labor law changed a lot. 44 labor law has become a 4 labor law code after independence in India. First time there's a major change in the labor. which all of you should know. It has been 44, 50 laws from independence. Everything was one-sided. Social justice, employee friendly, treating employer as a culprit and things like that. That was the background. The first time in India, with a lot of boldness, they thrown all the 44 laws, they come up with 4 labor laws. How it's going, what status, I want you guys to know. So I wanted to give that information and I wanted to give this PMS. And if time permits, some of the best HR practices, like PCMM, which are all of you are going to do. So before that, you have to also make scope for your own presentation. I don't have any one of your number and all. 1 or 2 of you just contact me so that any information I can. Do you have a group, separate group? Trimester 1, right? That. Yeah. If I have to pass on some information and all, I have to go through. Huh? 1. Trimester 1. You know, in this college itself, we have 10, 15 groups. Morning, if I get 80, 90 WhatsApp. And only here, I'm running like this 3, 4. So I end up getting 200, 300 WhatsApp in the morning. But one good thing I do, 10:30, I put my mobile on flight mode. I'll not open, if I don't have any morning meeting, I'll not open it till 8 o'clock. Come what me. Then last minute, I'll put it on flight mode and open it only 8:50. Because you will go mad, right? Seeing there has to be some personal life and professional life. Chalo guys, enough boring you. See you next week.
Are we done with the class?
We are not.
I think yes.
Yes, Samya, we are done.
No.
Thanks.
Yes, we are done with the class.
Great. Thank you.
The whole idea is that you will use your intelligence.
Yeah, that's what the presentation. For submission, you mentioned that 2,100 words summarizing all 6 articles.
Only PPT. What is the submission?
It's only PPT.
Only PPT.
Actually, this is the description what we have.
Okay. At the end of the day, what will I do with your summary? I want your PPT. That's it. And how you are going to talk.
So it's only PPT. No other documents.
You have second assignment. First assignment, this one.
Okay.
Second assignment, you all decided to go with the job description, KPI, some different process. That's a different. That may not come under PPT. Okay. That also, when you want to make a presentation, no, I don't think you may be able to make a lengthy one, right? How will you make a PPT out of KPI job description?
So no summarizing. It's
just only 5 slides, 6 slides is it?
It's mentioned maximum 12 slides. But
I didn't say 12, yeah.
But it's in the description.
I think somebody else put Aravind and all put that standard one. But I told all of you guys, right? 5 slides or 6 slides. 6 topics are there. If you want topics, I can give you more.
No. Actually, in the class, you have told us to select any of the articles from the HBR.
You people could not select it. I was out of station. Somebody went to the dean. So your dean has given only 6 articles.
Okay.
And you guys wanted, I have some articles. That's why I wanted some few of you write to me, some mail and all. So I can write so that I don't want to go into the group. It will be a little, personally you guys can take it because they go in the institutional rules and regulations. You got my point.
No, we
I have to balance both. I have right now, I talked to some of my colleagues here and there, they sent me more than 10 Harvard articles. Even with solving also they give. So if I know one or two people. So that everybody can make See, he has got his own role. But I am a little liberal with you guys. I can give more information, not only for the exercise, even otherwise for your future reference and things like that. Whatever I'm giving you, not only for, see, my object is very clear. But seeing as a student appearing for an exam and getting lost. After taking it, it is done. My concept is that you're learning more. You're carrying more information. Your future is getting, either you learn more for future or keeping a lot of information on future for you to explore. That is my first objective. Second is clearing the exam. So I'm telling you, all of you will pass out. Again, if Shep is that I fail it again, I have to go through your pain again. Right? I'm smarter, yeah. Maybe old, but I'm very smarter than all of you. You think that I'm smarter than this guy?
I think I'm like,
That is true. So what will I gain by fail? This guy is getting jealous.
No, I'm just kidding. No, actually, I have some queries. Like,
Please, any query.
In the class, you mentioned about assignment that you can take any of the articles from HBR.
That is what originally happened. What
Now,
happened is that part of this, what happened is that I'll tell you the history. I wanted you freely select 11 articles, so all of us learn from the 11 articles. That is my objective. Even if you learn 20% of 11 articles, you are learning a big learning. That is my I'm shooting at the star. Even if you fall in between, also you learn a lot. So you guys must have approached. I vanished, na? Like day after tomorrow, I'll vanish out of it. So you guys must have approached Aravind or somebody. They got into panicky. Where will you get all those kind of things? Approaching that. If you organize it from your own level, it would have been easy. You guys approach them. They said, they given you 6 articles. We can do it. This is right now. This is the background. Now you do it on 6. I'm okay. See, is going right to that. I will give you some more articles. My condition is only half an article, which I will give you. They have given you, I will give you. My condition is that even if you learn 30% of 11%, you guys will learn a lot. Are you learning or not learning the class?
Yes,
you're not doing from exam. It's not examination point of view.
Interactive session.
And examination will be very simple. Whatever question I'm telling you.
One more question. We take only one article out of 6 and then analyze it.
Only one article. How can you do this?
So one
again, object is clear. You 3 of you do a good work on one article, he is going to learn. He is making another article, you learn.
All 6 is not there. This is not clear. The instruction is not
clear. Asked me.
Because the instruction we all are.
See, at least one group has to pick the one article and they have to work.
Thoroughly do it. Yeah. Why we have a common presentation amongst everybody?
So it's very clear, sir.
So it's not.
It's very clear. You tell everybody. You are thoroughly working on one article. He is getting the benefit of this. He is thoroughly working on one article. You are getting the benefit. At the end of the 11 article, even you pick up 25% of knowledge of one article also. 11 article, I don't know how much information you get. Correct.
So each group takes one article.
One group take and go in depth to understand. Digest it like yesterday in Makkan kind of come with the crisp of the point.
Marketing, they are very clear. They are given the individual group to different species. So that they learn very good.
I think they have written it. Because I give some other direction. If you guys waited for me, I could have solved it. So when I was out of session, somebody must have gone to the Arabic, they got back. Correct. Where will you get that? It's not that difficult.
Want us to present in the class or?
Right. Okay.
So when is that? Because next week.
Next week we should start.
Next week you have class with section A, right?
No, that company is not taking place.
That what happened? Groups are made up. A and B is combined.
Groups are made A and B. Online,
That
offline, all are made.
That too, according to me, that will not work out. My style of work.
Correct.
Because what they are saying,
He's
now
saying
it is
that
very difficult now changing the groups. Already we have done it. For this semester, we'll keep it that groups. Next semester, we'll make it clear.
So that's why like who A will A, B, offline, online, everything is
Yes.
like
Difficult to get in touch with them.
No, you cannot. 2 groups cannot get touch. Only one group itself is a big task, you see. Your own group, your own team itself will have tough time.
2 to 3 days we had the call.
Right now, your own team itself will have tough time. They will not do it.
We had a call, 4 members of the, we had 4 or 5.
Forget about it. The guys who are not serious, not taking it, forget about it.
So presentation will be.
Yeah. Online, offline, it has to be personal. The whole idea is what others can do. See, let's not waste time. That is all my approach. That is my theme that I thought about it. Again, I'm telling you now, at the end of the class, if all of you 11 articles may even something also you learn, yeah, big thing. How it cannot be. That, see, I know I'm a strong businessman. I know that. I told you nothing less than hardware. Because hardware, 90-20% cannot. The article you pick from net will not make entertained. Harvard will don't publish it unless it's a standard. That second I compromised up to I am Ahmedabad. I didn't even say any other people other than I am Ahmedabad standard is also. You learn 10% of it, I'm happy. Best thing you learn 10%, worst thing you learn 80%. Correct, man?
Next week we have class on section and we have some different class next week. So how will it happen the presentation?
No, next week, whenever you have a class, I think that we have to sort. Now we have to forget about section A and B. You make your own. They club the teams.
They club the team.
I will ask this guy. I'll come back to you. It will be a big job.
It's already been like people are not just joining.
Coming, sir. So
People
sorry.
are not just.
No, I'm over, sir.
We are voting, sir. We are voting in second half.
You're so happy it's not. No, we are in touch with you every day, every day. What is that? We are in touch with you every day.
We are definitely right. We have answered to all this.
Sir, go to that section. Sir, they're troubling you, sir. No, it's a man. See, you can't have one against.
Otherwise, overall, how is it going? All faculty.
Yeah, so very interactive.
Finance is Muthu's teaching.
No, continuous is the only section and we are getting everything new section. So, oh, like, one lady was there, Shweta, another study there. No, not Sunday, not first day. Second day, different, sir. Some professor and another second.